Nothing can stop me, 'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah, susceptible now, before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Susceptible now, before the moment flies.
Shout out to all you guys that are here. Shout out, shout out. Let me get us some introduction music going. Shout out to all you guys that are here with Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders on a wonderful, wonderful Monday evening. Glad to see you guys here. We got a great topic. Have this music up. Let's bring our intro music in. There we go. Yes, sir. Tonight's topic is going to be a good one, gentlemen. Tonight's topic is going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. And it's the fact that men have come up with a new movement. And the new movement is financial celibacy. Men are starting to become wiser, especially this new generation, Generation Z on down. They're starting to realize that, listen, we are not going to be simping our money, spending our money, or wasting our money like our forefathers did, meaning Generation X, baby boomers, and above. They realize that why should we spend money on drinks, strip clubs? Why should we pay for expensive dates? Why should we do things that our forefathers did, but yet prior to them, men didn't have to spend money on drinks when most of us were living in the industrial age or in the agricultural age. Men and women still got married. Many people own farms. Am I correct? When we own farms, many of us still got married. Nobody was going out on a date. You might buy a drink for a lady at a tavern here and there, but at the end of the day, it was nothing like it is today during this technological age. And so this younger generation is starting to revert back to how things used to be, where men were wiser with their monies. So now we have a movement called financial celibacy that's starting to take traction. We're going to watch some videos in regards to that. But prior to that, we're going to also look at the 7, because before we find out why men are taking advantage of financial celibacy, we need to talk about, why do men spend? Get your pen out, gentlemen. You want to write this down. The 7 reasons why men spend. We take it for granted, especially as men that travel. We take it for granted that we're just spending. We're just having fun. But there are 7 ways in which men spend. I'm not talking about your investments. I'm not talking about the profits that you bring in. I'm talking about just actual reach into your pocket with a credit card or cash. 7 reasons why men spend. Once you start to see why you spend, you might want to take advantage of financial celibacy. But if we don't talk about why men spend, you won't understand why a lot of these men are starting to become a little bit wiser with their finances. Shout out to all you guys that are here. Appreciate you, gentlemen. Appreciate you guys supporting the Children's Cancer Foundation over on Cash App. Shout out to my boy Zay. Appreciate you with the $20 love going towards the Children's Cancer Foundation that we give all super chats and all Cash Apps and all PayPals during the month of December and the first week of January to the Children's Cancer Foundation. Shout out to all you guys. And shout out to our sponsor of the night thus far. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to Ken. Let's show Ken some more love.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight.
So lovely to be here with Ken.
You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely. And while you're in the clapping mood, I'd like to give a big round of applause to my band.
Big round of applause for Ken. Yes, sir.
Sexual Chocolate. They play so fine, don't you agree?
Yes, sir. Shout out to you, Kenny. Thank you very much, brother, for the $100 super chat in regards to our happy wedding anniversary. Yes, it's been 6 years of bliss. Andre is my financial partner, my best friend, my wife, my confidant, my prayer partner, my travel partner, the person who I get in the most disagreements with, and the person who I have to apologize to the most, the person who is my fashion partner. I could be stylish because I know I got a jazzy, stylish wife on my arm all the time. It's just a blessing to know that not only myself, but a lot of you guys who have traveled and found real love in other countries can attest that if you come as a traditional man, you can find that traditional woman. Shout out to all you guys that have celebrated our anniversary with us these 6 years. Andre and I have been together for 7 years as a couple. We've been on YouTube for 7 years. This up and coming April will be our 7th year of YouTube. We're going to give this a 10-year run. So our 10th year on YouTube, we're going to be shutting down a lot of the channels, and we just probably have maybe 1 or 2, but we'll be on Patreon doing lives all the time. But YouTube after year 10, it's the swan song. So shout out to all you guys that are here with us, and shout out to my brother always showing some love from Canadian brothers.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, "Oh, Canada."
Black Nubian. Once again, tonight's topic, gentlemen, is tonight's topic is about financial celibacy. There's a new movement that's taking place that men are taking serious. It's not a game. It's not a joke. Some men are mocking it. Expect that. I'm going to say this again. Whenever there's a positive movement among men, passport bros, manosphere movement, men going after their fitness and getting your health back on track, anything that men do, especially men of color, that's a positive movement, expect other men, not just women, other men to hate on you. You will always find some haters. So we're going to see some of those tonight as well. Shout out to all you gentlemen that are here. And once again, we're going to start off the live stream with talking about the 7 ways that men spend. Because if we don't understand why men spend, we will not understand why men are starting to be financially celibate. Let's scroll down to our brother David Dice, who was numero uno tonight. My bad. Who's number 1 tonight. Glad to see that you're here. He said, I'm digging this title. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's not like I made it up. Actually, this movement was started by another passport bro brother. So shout out to him. He's in the video several times. So shout out to him. And my brother David says, salute to the family. Andre and Andre, salute to you as well, kind sir. He says, salute to all my chat brothers. Oh man, MAB, what are we doing right? We got the MAB in the building. Shout out to my brothers always here showing some love. Yes, sir, man. And I'm loving those clips that you've been dropping on Instagram and on Facebook with the new and just all over social media with the latest interview that we did with the brethrens, man, over in Cartagena. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Simple Logic, representing those DMV boys. Glad to see that you're here as well. Shout out to Fraction. Shout out to Fraction Jackson. I ain't seen you in a couple of days, man. Glad to see that you're here, brother. He said, have a great chat tonight, my brother. Yes, sir. Shout out to my brother Keith Hamilton of the Hamilton family. Looking good, looking clean. Shout out to all you truck drivers out there. We got your back tonight. If you're working 3rd shift, you want to listen in tonight. If you're working overtime, 2nd shift, you might want to listen in to get your night going good. And if you're a truck driver, you're working on the railroads, or if you're working on the docks where the boats come in, we got your back tonight, gentlemen. You're going to have fun with this particular live stream. Like I said, we're going to start off with the 7 reasons why men spend. And then that's going to take us directly into why men are now becoming more and more financially celibate and why the simp economy is crashing. I mean, it is crashing globally. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to my man Peter in the building. Yes, sir. He said, Merry Christmas, Andre. Merry Christmas to you as well, brother, and happy holidays. Wishing you many blessings and the family. 2026 is the year to continue saving and the abundance for generational wealth. He is 100% correct. 100% correct. Shout out to my brother Rico in the building. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, brother, being in the building, as well as Don. In other words, Don P. Don JP is in the building. Glad to see you here. Good evening, Andre and Andre. Salute to all. Salute to all. Glad to see that you guys here. Finally catching a live stream. Belated happy anniversary to you and Andrea. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And happy shout out to my brother Kenny Peoples, who always sending me content to gleam off of. A lot of this content would not be created on the channel if it wasn't for our brother Kenny's input and the videos that he often sends me. Shout out to you, brother. Kenny says this: financial celibacy, that should be good for men. Men should already be doing that now. A lot of guys aren't. Some of us can. As I was putting these videos together, man, I was reflecting back on how much money I've spent over the years just on women alone. I'm not talking about shoes. I'm not talking about wifey or a person that's my girlfriend. I'm not talking about, if you take out the women that you were serious about, maybe the 5 women in your life that you were really serious about, and you equate the amount of money that you spent on hanging out, pay for play, partying, picking chicks up, hotel rooms, after the club, going to get some breakfast. If you sit back, you think about how much money that you've spent over the years on some chicks that you could have smashed without spending $1. Because half of them that I smashed, I can at least admit right now, I didn't even have to spend $1 to get them chicks. It was me that spent that $1. I didn't have to spend that $1. I didn't have to buy those drinks. I still go get the coochie anyway. Sometimes we spend money, we're going to still get the coochie anyway. But we're going to talk about that when we talk about the 7 reasons why men spend. And then we're going to be talking about, once again, and shout out to all 49 of you in the building. And then we're going to be talking about the financial celibacy that men are bringing themselves into. Shout out to my brother Jay Fleming. Salute to you, kind sir. Glad to see that you guys from California are in the building. Shout out to my man Jay Anderson, the great, in other words, is in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's saying also salute to everyone. Salute to all you guys as well, guys. Salute to all of you. Let me scroll down a little further and give some more love to guys that are coming in, and scroll down. See my man Jay Anderson once again, Bobby Coltrane once again. Shout out to my brother Kenny being a sponsor of the night thus far. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys supporting for the Children's Cancer Foundation on PayPal and Cash App. Appreciate you guys. Let me scroll down. I got my brother Juman in the building. What up, big bro? In the chat family. Yes, sir. What's up to you, brother? Hope you had a great day. Hope you guys are enjoying your holidays. Some of you guys are still coming down to Colombia for the holidays. We got the salsa festival next week. So right after Christmas, from the 25th, because remember, many countries celebrate Christmas on the 24th. Colombia is one of them. Colombia is one of the countries that celebrate Christmas on the 24th. So you'll see families getting together and people hanging out and loud music. But on the 25th, that's when the salsa celebration starts in Cali, Colombia. And I'm talking about party from the 25th through the 30th. We've got the giant, we have the Superfest concerts. We've got the parades, 300 plus salsa schools come from around the world to have competitions, to have celebrations, to have presentations, and be involved in the La Feria. I think this is like number 60 something year of the Cali Salsa Festival here in Colombia. It is a major event. And if you want to be and see a parade that's not just walking, come to see the Salsa Festival. Like Saturday night, Friday night, because I'm telling you, man, it's so much energy during that salsa festival, and they are dancing And I talk about they throwing each other in the air and flips. And I mean, it's crazy, dude, for people to be in a parade, a long stretch of a parade, and using that energy. And you see people get twisted ankles. You see people get dehydrated. They've got nurses out there. I'm talking about just for the parade, because it's that much energy that these salsa schools put in to the parade every single year. Then you got the car show the next day. So if you guys like old school car shows, old school vehicles, and you like classic cars, here in Cali, Colombia, on that Saturday, they have the classic car show parades. You get a chance to see all the classic vehicles that are down here in Cali, Colombia, and they come from all over the country as well. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Tevin King as well. Glad to see that you're here. He said, make sure you guys click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too. All 53 in the building. And Jermon also says, happy anniversary to you both. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. And so does Andrea. Let's scroll down a little further. Shout out to T-Max. Salute to my brother in here in Colombia, from LA all the way to Colombia to Medellin. He does it all, ladies and gentlemen. He does it all. Shout out to Ralphie Lake, be it in the building. He said, what's up, Dre? Glad to see that you're here, brother. Looking good with glasses on. He said, what's up to you and Andrea? Speedway Indy. Man, listen, a lot of people don't know about Speedway, Indiana, man. You taking me back. You gonna stop that, brother. You gonna stop that. Salute to you too, man. Salute to you too. I did not know you were in Speedway, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to my man Jay. Shout out to my man Andrew Craig Jr. That is. Shout out to you. He say back home in Florida Panhandle. Shout out to them Panhandle boys. Shout out to them Panhandle boys. He said getting colder here. I've been hearing as the years have gone by, it's getting colder and colder in the Panhandle of Florida. I even been hearing that it's starting to trickle down to Orlando and Tampa. It's starting to get a little cooler down there. Shout out to my man Chris Jett in the building. Glad to see that you're here as well. Yes, sir. And my man Crypto Dragon Emperor is in the building. Glad that you're here. Great. He said, good evening, everyone. My brothers, salute to you, Andre. Keep stoic. Yes, sir. Keep stoic. Yes, sir. And I've got a couple of stoic books. I got a Marcus Aurelius book on stoicism right back here. I've been reading the past couple of months off and on. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. Yeah, if you guys ever want to get a great book on stoicism, Marcus Aurelius was an emperor in Rome, one of the Roman emperors, and he was a philosopher. And this is a book of his philosophies, how he was able to stay grounded and balanced as a king. Sad part is that once he died, his son became one of the most tyrannical Roman emperors of all time. But if you get a chance, man, the Meditations, called the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius. Really good book, quick read. And like I said, it's just his quotes, just all his little quotes, man, that he put together over the years that helped men out tremendously when it comes to stoicism, not letting things get to you. Yes, sir. He's actually in my book, come to think of it. I actually have some of his information in my latest book that I'll be releasing. And this book is also going to be for those that donate to the Children's Cancer Foundation during the month of December on Cash App or PayPal. You will be receiving an e-copy of my latest book that I'm coming out with, which is the Unshakable Man. How you in your life, because moments happen in the life of a man, and many men get shook and can't recuperate from being shook. So how do you put yourself in a position where your life is unshakable? We're going to hear from Marcus Aurelius. We're going to hear from Marcus Aurelius. We're going to also hear from Jeff Bezos, Kevin Samuels. How was Kevin Samuels able to be so unshakable? What about Michael Jordan, Bruce Lee, the U.S. Navy, as well as a bunch of others from how was Warren Buffett able to be unshakable when he lost $10 billion in one day? What was he able to do? Just as a man, you lost $10 billion in one day. And he tells how he was able to be unshakable in that situation. We're going to hear from Machiavelli on how to be unshakable as well. So each chapter is dedicated to a man's story, including, like I say, Bruce Lee, how they were able to be unshakable in certain moments that many of us as men deal with. So this is going to be the gift, the ebook gift to all those that donate to the Children's Cancer Foundation. And the actual copy will be coming out mid-January. So the hard copy will come out mid-January, but the second week of January, you guys will be receiving your e-copies of this actual book that I'm releasing. This will be the fourth book that I'll be releasing in the last year. So shout out to you guys. And let me scroll down a little further. Make sure I got everybody. Make sure I'm showing some love to everybody. Thelonious is in the building, gentlemen. Thelonious is in the building with the $5 love. He said, Andre, what's the name of that Louis Vuitton Imagination clone that you recommended not long ago? Absolutely correct. Okay, how about we do this? I'm going to do the intros. Once we get to the videos, because I got it all the way to the top shelf, and I still got it in the box. So then that's when I'll go ahead and just grab it. But yeah, you'll love it. I promise you guys, you will love it. And I'll drop the link to it as well. It is a fresh scent, man. It's one of the freshest cologne scents I've ever smelled, man. I'm like, goodness gracious, this is fresh. So fresh and so clean. Almost Retired is in the building. Countdown for them Ohio players. Roller coaster. Roller. Yes, sir. Shout out to the gentleman himself, the gentleman's guide. Glad to see that you're here. Salute to you as well, kind sir. Salute to you as well. Yeah, the Marcus Aurelius is an excellent book on how to calm yourself down as a man, be focused. Some of us have our Quran, some of us have our Bible, some of us have other teachings that we study, but you also want to have books on stoicism, how to not let stuff get to you. You know how Kevin Samuels used to say, one of the ways that Kevin Samuels used to not get moved, because he knew that when a lot of women attacked him, they were going to use shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. And since he knew that those attacks could only come in those four ways, you ever notice Kevin was never moved. He was never shook. As long as he listened, was she trying to shame him? Was she trying to insult him? Was she trying to use guilt? Or was that woman he was talking to needed to feel that she was right? And as long as Kevin noticed that the women were using this pattern, I don't think he invented that term, the sign language, SIGN, but he used it. And it kept him from being unshakable. And a lot of times we are shook by the ladies in our lives, and you don't realize when she talks to you, is she using shame? Is she using insults or guilt? Insults. Is she using guilt? And is she just she just needs to be right? Sometimes we know to walk away from a woman and not be shook just because we know what they're trying to do. And Kevin helped a lot of guys when it comes to not being shakeable when it comes to what women are saying. Let's scroll down. We got my brother in the building. Shout out to you. YouTube It Is a Habit is in the building. Yes, he is, gentlemen. Shout out to Jamon once again. Let me scroll down a little further. And we got my man, Azrael. Shout out to you, man. He said, first of his name. I like that. First of his name. He said, yeah, he was the son of Commodius, which was based on the Gladiator 1, the character. I didn't know that. Gladiator 1, the character played by, that's right. It was. You're absolutely correct. In the movie Gladiator 1, the emperor was based off of Marcus Aurelius' son. So if you ever watched the first movie Gladiator and you ever wonder who was Marcus Aurelius' son, that character who was the Roman emperor, that was a portrayal of how evil his son was. Absolutely correct. 100% correct. Shout out to John being in the building. John C. John says this. He says, salute. Yes, sir. Salute to you in the chat. He said, I'm driving to Phuket. He said, 3-hour drive. He said, I'm tuning in for the whole ride. We got your back tonight, brother. We definitely got your back tonight. Shout out to my brother Rob being here as well. Glad to see that you're here. Looking good. Like that tie. I'm liking that tie, sir. I'm liking that tie. He says this. He said, good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Spence. Sorry for being a few minutes late for the program. He said, appreciate you and family. He said, love and prayers from the ATL. Shout out to you, brothers in the Dirty South. He said, I got to get that book. He said, I got to get and study that book for real, for real. Yeah, I got you guys back. I kid you not, man. I kid you not. And salute to my brother as well. Got to put up the salutes. He said, I brought and received the 4 colognes from the previous show. He said, I received compliments all day wearing the Untold cologne. Untold is, if I got it right here in the front. Let's get it together. My earpiece back on so I can hear. You guys are going to start me, since this desk rises, you guys are going to start making me do stand-up shows where I just stand up like I used to. Okay. Untold is right here. This is by Club de Nuit. It is considered in the top 20. I was just watching the top 20 clones video, and it is considered, of all time, this is considered one of the top 20 colognes of all time. It is a clone of Baccarat 540, and everybody knows that Baccarat 540 is probably one of the most famous colognes of the last 5-10 years. Up there, it's up there with Creed Aventus as like the top of the top as far as sales. But nobody wants to spend $250 on Baccarat 540 when you can spend that money on a plane ticket, right? Or Airbnb. So what guys are doing is buying excellent clones. And this one here, that burnt candy and that scent of Baccarat 540, and this projects longer and lasts longer. I'm gonna say that again. This not only projects longer, it lasts longer. And I've got Baccarat 540 sitting right here. Like I mentioned to you guys, I have the Mason. When we were in London, we went to the oldest cologne shop in London. And while I was there, I bought the Mason Francis Kirk John collection because that's who makes Baccarat 540. And as you can tell, I already used my Grand Soir. I already used up the 10 millimeter Grand Soir. But as you guys look over here, I still have quite a big bit of Baccarat 540 left. Why? Because I have this. And I'm talking about, it's like 95% Baccarat. It's like, dude, you can't even tell the difference. Nobody can tell. So that's why I haven't, it's crazy. That's why I haven't touched this one. Because I don't need to. And you guys don't need to either. You guys don't need to either. So take it from me. I have both scents, so I could definitely compare them for you. The other cologne that my brother was talking about earlier, he said, hey, Dre, what is that cologne that you mentioned that is the Imagination cologne that you can get for $30, $40? Remember, Imagination right now is going for $450. Louis Vuitton Imagination cologne is going $450. Bruh, appreciate it. For those that have it, yes. For those of us that can use that money for a flight, and for those of us that are going through financial celibacy, $450? No. So the clone that you want to get, and I'm going to drop the link to it too. It is called Mazag. I forget Mazag. I forget how to pronounce it. I'm going to drop the link to it. But this is how the container opens. Check it out. Like this. It's like it's like MZ. Let's see, MAZAAY. I mean MAZAAJ, not Y. So I forget how you pronounce it. And pops out. This is what the bottle looks like. It is a freshie. Bruh, it's perfect for work. Perfect for work. Perfect for the gym. Perfect for when you just ready to lay down and go to sleep. Perfect for the summertime. Okay for the winter. And I'll tell you what I mean by okay for the winter. It's not, this projects like crazy. It's excellent for the winter. This one projects good, really good too. But since you're going to have your coat and your jacket and stuff on, so you might want to add an extra layer. If you spray 5 times, you want to spray maybe 7 times. I'm just giving an example, because this one is a really nice summer scent. Just walking down the street. This is one of those scents that I would bring with me if I had one cologne that I could pack with me, and I'm not going to bring 3 or 4. This would probably be that one if I'm going to a beach. If I'm going to Cartagena. If I'm going to Cartagena, I would bring this, or I would bring Creed Silver, not Silver Mountain Water, but Creed Virgin Island. You see, I'd put a dent in that bottle. I would bring Creed Virgin Island, Virgin Island water. It literally smells like pina colada. It smells like you belong on a beach. It smells like Florida. It smells like it's somewhere on the beach area of California. It smells like Hawaii, the Caribbeans, Turks and Caicos, Trinidad, any island. If you're in the Philippines, Thailand, this is what these 2 scents smell like. These scents smell like you belong somewhere with fresh air, really super clean. Super, super clean. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Really super clean, man. Man, as soon as I smelled it the first time, it has a clean, it smells like clean. It smells like almost like a fabric softener, or clean laundry, or clean. When you smell it, you're like, man, like somebody just took the laundry out of the dryer type of really, really fresh scent. You can smell the lime in here, the grapefruit. You can smell that really just freshness in here. I'm not talking about the smell of lemon pledge, because I've got some colognes that have that lemon pledge type of cleanly smell about them. But this one here, yeah, Jeffrey said he received his bottle. He said, I received my, oh, you got yours today? He said, I received my bottle today. He said, also, this shit is fire. He said, so fresh, so clean, no pointing to, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. I'm going to come back to you in a second, Thelonious. Let me pull the name of this up for you guys. I'm going to drop the link. Drop the link for you guys. See if I can find it in Amazon. I'll just spell it out. Then I'll let you guys find it where you want to find it. Yeah, and the name of it is Infused. That's what it is. Infused. Let's see if we can find it. On Amazon. Shout out to you guys that are here. All the guys that are pulling up. Let's see. Oh, no wonder. I wonder why it keeps bringing me to. Okay, there we go. There we go. Thank you guys for your patience. There we go. Let me get that link for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to put it up on screen real quick, let you guys see it. Let me remove this from the stage. And I'm going to bring this up on stage for us, gentlemen. Screen share. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't know they had several more. I'm about to find out what these others smell like. This is the one that I have right here. The infused. The infused is the one that I have. I'm going to drop the link for you guys. So you guys, let me get a link for you. And copy that. And drop the link. I kid you not, guys. You'll thank me for it. Let me move that out of the way. Let you guys see it. I thought you guys could see it. Let me remove that out of the way. That's it right there. The infused. And it is the imagination clone. Right now, I think there's 2 imagination clones, if not 3. But this one right here is considered, like, right now, the best selling. And I'm telling you, bro, this here, you will thank me 100 times over. Man, I put this thing on the first 3 days. You thought I was a kid with a new Christmas gift. I mean, I was wearing it all day, every day. I knew I was already nose blind to it, but I didn't care. I was putting more and more on. It smells so clean. So clean. Let me put that right here. Put the box down here. I'll put this over here, and let's drop that link one more time, and I'll go back to what you guys are saying in the comments. Shout out to Thelonious with the $5 love. And Thelonious says this. He said, "I got my rave now, untold." I thought I could just feel for it. Okay. All right. I want to stop getting up and down. Just do the show. Stop it, Dre. And I'm going to give a shout out to you guys over on PayPal and Cash App in a second. Okay. Right here, we have, let me move myself back to the middle. We have 2 excellent pineapple bombs. 2 excellent pineapple bombs. The one that we always promote on this channel is Rave Now. It says Rave on one side. Now on the other side, you can get it on Amazon for less than $20. Bruh, I'm almost out of mine. I'm almost out of, I don't know if you guys can see that shaking at the bottom. But it's almost gone, fellas. I got to order me another Rave Now. It is 100% masculine pineapple. It is the pineapple that used to be in Creed Aventus. Creed Aventus took the original DNA, changed it in 2018. So it's not like it was when we all first start just going crazy on Creed Aventus. That pineapple scent is not the same. So now what I did was I take my Creed Aventus. I mean, I take my, because I got Creed back there, but with my Creed Aventus, I'll add the pineapple scent with the Rave Now. If you can't get Rave Now, another cheapie that's like $20, which is a pineapple bomb as well. It is by Latapa, and it is Cade Al. Let's see, Cade Al Fusion. Cade Al Fusion. And I'll drop the link to that in a moment. And that's what this bottle looks like. This is a pineapple bomb as well. This is another very, very masculine pineapple bomb. They are not feminine at all. It's not like you would smell pineapple and your girl can wear this cologne too. No, these are just like the pineapple that used to be in Creed Aventus. That's what these 2 scents are. So you can have Rave Now, or you can have the one by Lattafa, and this is only $20, if that as well. So shout out to you guys. And the cologne of the night that I'm wearing right now is the, oh, my watch dropped. By Lattafa, another one. And this is the Kawa, Lattafa Kawa, which is the Camera. Anybody that knows about Lattafa Camera, you already know that it's one of the best-selling clones of all time. It is supposed to be a clone of Angel Share by Killian. It's not. Some people say it's better than Angel Share. I thought it was Angel Share clone until I smelled Angel Share and found out, no, it's not an Angel Share clone. It's its own clone. When it first came out a few years back, I mean, it blew up. You couldn't keep the clone of Camera on the shelf. But at that time period, it had a little sweetness to it, so men or women can wear it, even though it was more like 80% masculine. So to make sure that it was basically 100% masculine, they came out with the new one last year. And this is the one that is Kawa, Qahwa. Qahwa. And this one has a hint of coffee in it. So now it has that same Angel Share scent. It still has that sweetness in here of honey. That honey and vanilla, that's what made it famous. That's what made it famous, that honey and vanilla. But they added coffee in here to make it like 100% masculine. So women ain't gonna wear this one. You ain't got to worry about your girlfriend talking about, I'm gonna pick this one up. This one right here is all male, and it's not too coffee to where the coffee is overbearing. So it's still 100% Camera. Goodness gracious. Let's put it like this. If I was starting my clone collection, not cologne, but my clone of colognes collection, this would have to be at least in my top 3. There is no way you got a clone collection and you don't have Camera in there. There is no way you saying that I collect clones of some of the most expensive ones that are like the original Killian by Killian. The Angel Share is like $250. This was like $30. You gotta have, and I mean that, you gotta have in your collection the Camera. It just is what it is. Anybody that does clones will ask you, okay, do you got Camera in your collection? You ain't got a Camera in your collection. Starts with a K. And you a clone collector? No, man. Now, mind you, I've got a lot of originals in my collection too. But hey, we're trying to use financial celibacy on this channel. And I would rather you guys fly out to other countries with your money with that $200, that $400, that $500. So this is what I'm wearing tonight. Instead of going to another country and you spend $500 on imagination, and the women in that other country don't even know what imagination is. Shout out to my brother.
Hey,
Will.
You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. Stop paying people that you don't have no respect for.
Stop paying people you ain't got no respect for. I'm clicking on the wrong buttons tonight. Shout out to you, Will. My brother Chill Will says salutations. He say Andre chat. He say support the Colombian Children Hospital and Cancer Fund. Thank you very much, brother. He said great. He say get your blessing. That's this is why we do it during the month of December. We always want to start off the new year receiving a blessing. So this is how me and Andrea think. We want to end the year by being a blessing. That's exactly how, if you ever want to know, we want to sow a seed of blessings for the up and coming year. We've been doing this for 4 years. This will be our 4th year. We've given away on this channel over $10,000 toward the Children's Cancer Foundation here in Cali, Colombia, with you guys' help. It's not just us, it's all of us as a team. And we hope that the same blessings that we get the following years, you get. Just think about what we've all accomplished in the Passport Bro movement over the last 12 months, man, 11 months. What you probably have accomplished in your own lives. Some of you guys have gotten Theo classes and certifications. Some of us have written books. Some of us have traveled to places that we never thought we would travel to. All that comes from being a blessing at the end of the year. So this is why we do it in December. You are absolutely correct, bro. You are 100% correct. He said, get your blessings. Support Black male media. Happy holidays. Move overseas. Will came over here to Colombia, bought property over here in Colombia. So I'm going to be doing some interviews with guys like Will and other individuals when it comes to how do you buy property here. So I'm going to put together a panel where you guys can ask questions of these men that are actually doing boots on the ground. Move overseas, live your dream. The American dream is not dead. It's just not in America. The American dream is not dead. It's just not in America. Shout out to my brother Bill in the building as well.
You better back the fuck up. You better
My
back
bad.
the fuck up out my face.
I'm hitting all the
I'm
wrong
from
buttons.
Detroit, Michigan.
Don't play with me. Shout out to you, Detroit boys, but I put the wrong button. Shout out to you, Bill, being in here. He said, oh, yeah. He said, I love Kawhi. Yeah, that Kawhi. Thank you, brother. I'm glad that you like it. Yeah, man, you guys got to get that in your collection. You don't have to get the original camera. The original camera is good. Don't get me wrong. I've had it for a couple years. I just gave it away to Andre's brother as a gift, just to be gifting him. But the one with the coffee in it, the one that he's just mentioning, that Kawhi, get that one. Get the Kawhi, the camera Kawhi for your collection. You will thank me, and you will get compliments after compliments after compliments at work. Yes, you will. Shout out to Passport Persona in the building. Shout out to all 62 of you guys being here. Once again, we're going to get started in a few seconds with our topic for tonight. Passport Persona says this. He say the OG is the micro perfumes. That's true. For $26. He said I ordered mine earlier. Glad that you did, brother. I started my cologne journey and my collections journey when I was using. I mentioned it to a brother the other day. I was using Scentbird. You know, Scentbird sends you like a cologne every month, a different cologne that's your style that you could choose, and it's the little 10 millimeter samples or sprays that you can use of some of your favorite colognes instead of spending $100, $300 a month. You would have Scentbird, and Scentbird would have you get colognes that you wanted, and it would be the 10 millimeter, maybe like $25, $26 a month. That's how I got started. Man. Scentbird. Shout out to Scentbird. Let me scroll down a little bit more. Let's see what did I get everybody? He said passports up. Shout out to Jamar. He said passports up like wheels on a plane. Yes, sir. The plane you're flying on. Yes, sir. Let's scroll down and let's go to get started. Let me change the music, gentlemen. You know, that's our intro music. Let's change to our more serious music. We are going to be talking about tonight. We're going to hear men talking about the fact that they are basically celibate when it comes to their finances. We already know that statistics show with the physical celibacy, right? 30% of all men under the age of 30 are still virgins. 54 to 57% of all black men don't even have kids yet. Of my 300 consultations that I've done over the last 2 to 3 years that I've done with all you guys, almost 300 consultations, only 8 fathers. That myth that black men have kids in like 80, 90% of us got kids, that's not true. Shout out to all you dads out there. But there are a lot of black men, such as myself and others, ain't got no kids. Shout out to all you granddads out there too. So when it comes to physically being in control of our bodies, men have always been in control of our bodies when it comes to physical celibacy or wisdom. Let's put it like that. Wisdom. But we're going to talk real quick before we watch the videos. 7 ways that men pay. The 7 ways that men pay. I'm not talking about your investments. I'm not talking about your your responsibilities toward the family. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the 7 ways that men pay. So we're going to talk about all 7 ways. Bring your pen. First way that men pay is support. We do support with our finances. We support whether it be fundraisers. We support our family members, like I just mentioned a moment ago. We support our girlfriends. We support ourselves. When we spend money, we support. Men have historically always supported, whether we're supporting a candidate for president or for mayor, or whether we're supporting some, the youth football league down the street. Men have always used our monies, our finances, to support. Number 2 way that men spend. Remember, we're talking about the 7 ways that men spend before we go off into why men are financially celibate or becoming financially celibate, this new movement. Number 2 is I can't get no satisfaction. Men, we spend because in many ways we feel satisfied when we're providing. For the people that we care about, we are satisfied. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel like I'm a part of. It makes me feel like I have purpose when I'm providing for people that I care about. And this is another reason why we spend. That's number 2. Number 3 reason why we spend, let's be honest, shame. Yeah. Some of you feel shamed if you don't spend. Brokey. Just say you ain't got it. What he won't do, another man, what you won't do, another man will. A lot of times we have spent because they shamed us into spending that money. If you say you can't afford a $300 restaurant, you should have said that before. What you mean you can't afford a Birkin bag? What type of man are you? What type of man are you? What type of man are shame? We spend quite often, men, because we don't want to feel ashamed if we don't. Oh, your boys will do it just like a woman will. You'll get off a plane in a country and you ain't even in the mood for pay for play, are you? You just happy to be in that country. You say, man, I heard they got a nice beach in this country. What do your boys do? As soon as they land in DR, they trying to go buy some pay for play. Here you go, because you don't want to feel ashamed. You going along with your fellas. When you really want to go to the beach in Sosua and just hang out at the beach for a couple of hours. Maybe later on today you want to do some pay for play. But right now you wasn't even in the mood. But because your boys wanted to do it, here you go. Because you didn't want to feel shame. We're going to come back to your super chats, cash apps, and PayPals in a second, gentlemen. We're talking about the 7 reasons why men spend. So number 1 was we support. Men love support. We've always done that. Number 2 is satisfaction. We like knowing that we are providing and helping. We do. And nothing wrong with that. But number 3, shame. Do not spend because somebody else is doing it. I'm the dude that if I'm not into pay for play, I ain't spending on pay for play. And this is when I was single. If I wasn't in the mood for it, I'm not going to be spending on something that I'm not in the mood for. I didn't fly all the way down here for my boys to shame me into going into a club. Man, we going to the strip club, dog. You coming? Yeah, man, I had this little female I wanted to holler at here in Colombia, Medellin. Man, you can holler at that female later, man. Come on to the strip club with us, dog. All right, man, I'm gonna go on to the strip club with y'all. They shamed you into going to the strip club and spending money at the strip club when you already had a date set up with a female in Medellin. Your heart was toward hanging out with the female. Your boys just shamed you into spending unnecessary money. We do that as men. The number 4 reason why men spend is status. We spend because it gives us connections. It lets people see the status, because we as humans, we judge each other based on how we look, based on how we present ourselves, based on our status, our connections, who we network with. We will spend $3,000 on a suit for the status. We will spend on that McLaren. We'll get that McLaren for the status that it gives us. The level of women, the level of men that will communicate with us because of what we're driving. We see that all the time on those with the young guys that do the prank or do the gold digger videos that have been going around for like the last 5 years, right? The young guys will walk up to a girl, he's dressed, all right, and he'll walk up to this hot chick in LA or New York somewhere. She won't give him the time of day, and then he walks over to a Lamborghini, and all of a sudden she wants to be with him. Status. We spend because we know it gives us a sense of status. People see us in a different light. When you pull out a black card compared to other credit cards, status. When you can go into locations that the average person can't go into, that golf club or that country club, status. We spend because it gives us the opportunity of status. Many men, now I'm not saying that we do all 7 at the same time, but I do want you to think about which one of these apply to you. And I can easily say at least 3 or 4 of these that I've mentioned so far apply to me. I know that I've had moments in life when I was supporting. When I spend, I have had moments of my life when I've given and it made me feel satisfied. I've had moments in my life when I've spent money because some chick shamed me into it. Come on, Dre. You don't want to be with me? You don't want this elastic coochie? Andre, so you don't want this elastic coochie? And here I go, buying drinks because I was shamed into it. Status. I've done things, whether it be buying certain clothing, whether it be going to certain places because of the status to showcase. The next one, this is an easy one, guys. We spend money because of sex. Men historically have used our proceeds for intimacy, whether it was direct pay for play or whether it was indirect, whether buying some gifts or just buying a drink or paying for the hotel or paying for the condoms. Whatever it is, we have spent money because we knew that at the end of the rainbow, we was gonna get that sex. I don't care if you take a chick to a restaurant. If you can smash her in the if you can smash her in the parking lot of that restaurant, we think a win is a win. I paid for a nice meal, and now I got her bent over in the back of my Ford F-150. A win is a win, right? That's how we think as men. So a woman can never shame us when it comes to spending our money with sex. I don't know why women in the States try to do that. Yeah, I go over there and spend them. We do the same thing with y'all in the States, ladies. We do the same thing with women in the UK. Some of our proceeds will be spent on having sex. I don't care if you get in an Uber and having you coming over to my house in the States. That's still me spending money to have sex with you, baby. So don't think that you can shame me when it comes to how I spend money with women in other countries, because I was doing the same thing with you back in the States. You say they trifling, so is you. So are you. Number six. Number six is we spend money for security. Yes, we spend money because we as men quite often, in a positive way and sometimes in a negative way, spend money because we think it's going to make things more secure or stable. She's not going to go anywhere because I just spent this on a Birkin bag or her favorite expensive $1,000 perfume. We think that it's going to make us feel more secure. A lot of times we do it to feel more secure, even with our loved ones. We like, hey, we know women don't like Andre. My wife will tell you, I don't want to be with a broke man. I don't want to be with a brokey, a man that has no drive, no desire to even accomplish. Now, we all go through economic times of ups and downs, but a man that just doesn't even try. So what ends up happening is this. You end up trying to use your finances to show stability, even in good relationships. So even in good, solid relationships, we do use finances just as a stable tool to keep the fussing and fighting down or whatever it is in relationships. But other dudes use it, and we've all been there, many of us, we've used it thinking that the woman wasn't going to go anywhere. As long as I provide for her all her weed, she ain't going nowhere. As long as I buy all her weaves, she ain't going nowhere. As long as I sit back and do this or do that for her, we assume that our money can buy stability. How many times have we seen the queen cheat on a king? So even though you have the money to spend, Your Highness, that doesn't mean that the queen won't cheat. But we assume that if we spend, it gives us an air of stability or security. Let's put it like that, security. And number seven reason for many of us, and this is why men are going celibate with their finances, because let's be honest, over the last 40 years, we spend money the way we do because of stupidity. Yeah, we looked at number one, support. We've been there. We support our families and loved ones. Number two was satisfaction. Yes, it does give us satisfaction to help, to provide, to donate, to give. It does give us satisfaction as men to be there. Number three, shame. Yeah, some people try to shame us into spending our money. Number four, status. Yes, money does open up doors. The Bible says that money solves all problems. I'll say this again. It says in the book, in the Bible, it says, and you can look it up. It says money solves all problems. Didn't say it gives you peace. It says problems. It also says don't fall in love with money. Use it as a tool, in other words. Use it as a tool, but don't fall in love with the tool. Like don't fall in love with a hammer or a screwdriver. Don't fall in love with money. Don't have a love for money, but use it as a tool. Sex. Yes. Not just pay for play, but we believe that money will open up doors to sex. Security, being there for somebody, being there for ourselves. We think that the person is going to always be there as long as we're spending. And a lot of times that's not true. No matter how much you spend, she might just cheat. She might just cheat. But number seven, passport bros have become internationally world renowned for number seven. We spend money on stupidity. We do some of the stupidest things with some of the dumbest women in all of the kingdom. in all of the lands, the 4 kingdoms, the 7 realms. We get with some of the weakest, most beautiful women there is, and we do some of the stupidest things. And I'm talking about black dudes, white. I see white dudes in Europe do it all the time. They go down to Thailand. You white boys, you Asian dudes, take your butt to Korea, Malaysia, Indonesia, get got. Dude, brothers, you go to DR, Brazil, Colombia, you get got. The female told you. Yeah, beautiful bottom feeders. Shout out to my man, Uranus Dude 22. Beautiful bottom feeders. We do that. Not all of us, and not all the time. I'm not saying every time we leave, but there's enough of us. We spend our money on some stupid stuff. Even if it's just stuff. Like, remember when Michael Jackson bought the Elephant Man bones? Everybody looking like, Mike, why would you buy the Elephant Man bones? On stupid stuff. We will sit up there and buy some stupid stuff as men. But those are the 7 ways that men spend. Let's go to the super chats. I'll come to the cash apps, and then we're going to get started with the videos in regards to men finally coming to the conclusion, I need to be more financially disciplined. In other words, more financially celibate. Shout out to all you guys. Let me scroll down to my brother Will with the 100,000 Colombian pesos. Yes, sir. Shout out to Will. And Will says this. He said, I received so many blessings here and in the U.S. And now I bought my first. He said, bought my first car today. I'm glad for you, brother. He said, living here like back. We talk about in Colombia. So you guys know that I drive and we have our vehicle, our SUV here in Colombia. There are so many. This is another thing. Shout out to you, Will. There's a lot of guys that don't realize how many of us have our driver's license or have purchased vehicles in these other countries. Some of you guys, I'll see how y'all drive. Bro, it's not, once you're in it, it ain't as hard as you think it is. Once you're driving, it ain't as hard as you think it is. It's chaotic. It may get on your last nerve. But at the end of the day, it's not as hard as you guys think it is. Whenever we come into the airport, from the airport, and I pick some of you guys up, and you guys will be like, man, I don't see how. He say, Dre, you look like you mastered driving in Colombia. And I'm more or less like, I think Will and others can attest, even T-Mac and Jay Clyde can attest, that it's more about unlearning your experience in the United States compared to learning the driving experience in Colombia or any other country. I had to unlearn all the stuff that, well, what about this? Well, in my country, we're in the United States, and this and that, we're in the United States. And I had to clear my mind and stop saying in my country, in the United States. I'm not in the United States. So if you're going to drive, Andre, you got to know the rules and regulations of how they maneuver in these other countries. And so now that I rent cars in other countries or just drive here in Colombia, no big deal. So shout out to Will getting his first vehicle here in Colombia. Congratulations. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And shout out to Will in regards to that. And Will says, he says, can't wait for the panel on how to live good overseas while using the U.S. as your business. Absolutely correct. And shout out to you guys over there. Once again, my brother Zay over there on Cash App with the $20 PayPal as well. I mean, $20 on Cash App, as well as Ken Crawford. Appreciate you, brother. And let me see over. I think there's Will over there on PayPal. Probably sending the $10 love. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Will, over on PayPal for the Children's Cancer Foundation. Yes, sir. let's get started with the videos, gentlemen. Let's get started with the videos. Let me remove this from the screen. Let me drop this link one more time for that cologne. And right here. Stop the screen share, bring up the video to hear men talk about financial responsibility or, in other words, men are now becoming more celibate with their finances.
To make, and this
is the brother. He does passport tours in Medellin. Really good content creator over there on TikTok, and he came up with a concept called financial celibacy.
Applies to the ladies. Don P is in his financial celibacy era. I'm going through a financial celibacy journey right now, and I don't need you trying to persuade or coerce me, ladies, to spend any money at all. My bank account is celibate. My savings account is celibate. My investments are celibate. Any money tools that I might have at my disposal are all celibate. And my money will not allow its cheeks to be clapped by you. Okay? So we can still go on dates.
Shout out to the brother. The brother say, my money will not allow its cheeks to be clapped by you. Shout out to T-Mac with a $15 love. Season's greetings to you as well, brother. Let's bring this beat back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make, and this mostly applies to the ladies. Don P is in his financial celibacy era. I'm going through a financial celibacy journey right now. And I don't need you trying to persuade or coerce me, ladies, to spend any money at all. My bank account is celibate. My savings account is celibate. My investments are celibate. Any money tools that I might have at my disposal are all celibate. And my money will not allow its cheeks to be clapped by you. Okay? So we can still go on dates, but we got to go on dates that are free. We can go on a walk on the beach. We have beautiful beaches here in California. We can go to the park. We can watch a movie at my house. We can watch a movie at your place. We can do something fun and free, because unfortunately, my wallet and my money is now celibate. Even my Amex card. Amex was like, sir, are you still on your financial celibacy journey? I was like, yes. It was like, okay, your card is available for use for anything that doesn't apply to women and dating. But you can spend money on your daughter, your mother, your family. But anybody that you're dating, unfortunately, sir, that charge will not go through. So ladies, I need you guys to respect that. I don't need you to try to force me, push me, coerce me, tell me any lies or fake stories about your grandma being sick, or about the fact that your lights get rent cut off, or you can't pay your rent, because I'm in my financial celibacy era.
And that's why I mentioned earlier the 7 that's why I started early. I don't know, right? Let them cook, J3. That's why I started off talking about why we spend first. So you guys can understand when he says, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. What does he mean? He's not going to be supporting these hyenas anymore. He's not going to be spending just so he can feel good for spending on these hyenas anymore. He's not going to spend no matter how much they try to shame him in the comment sections. He doesn't care. No woman anywhere can shame him into spending money anyway. He's not spending money for status in the eyes of these women. In other words, like back in the day when we bought spinning rims, but we were in the car, so we never got a chance to see the rims spinning on our car. But the ladies saw us wasting money just to get status with them. Sex, he's not going to be sitting. He said, listen, I'm done. If you don't want to just be with me and hang out with me, cool. I'm not going to sit up here and spend money and hope at the end of the rainbow there is sex. He's also saying, no, I'm not going to spend money thinking that I can be secure with a woman, because even if I spend money, a lot of these women will still cheat. Statistics show that women cheat more than men now. And the last thing is he's saying, I'm not going to be spending money out of stupidity anymore. My spending money foolishly, those days are over. And women are going to have to just be comfortable with that. And that's what he's saying. And that's why we start off with those 7. Now you guys understand. Now when you hear this whole video montage tonight, you could go back in your mind to these 7 reasons why men historically would spend. My brother, Rent Dude 22 says this. He said, I told her, no, darling, I'm financially celibate. She said, But I'm not black, I'm OJ.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
Let's let that man cook. Let me bring that man right back.
It's my money, my choice.
I'm financially celibate. That means that I don't do anything before marriage. I don't spend money before marriage. I'm financially celibate. When I'm married and I have my girl and I have my wife and someone is locked in with me, committed to me, Sumi will take care of them. I'll do that. I'll spend money. I spend money on my family. I spend money in my relationships. I spend money on people I really care about.
Everyone's closing their wallets and their legs. And it's sad to say, but it's all beginning with what I call financial celibacy. Yeah, because even the SIMP economy is injecting money into OnlyFools and platforms like these. Because when times get tough, financial celibacy is going to put the squeeze on narcissists. And this is the thing, folks lacking self-restraint, self-control, can't handle.
Ow. Y'all done pushed the envelope so hard. This man just came up with a new concept now. I am financially celibate now. Hey, that marriage age expectancy is about to go up to like 50. I swear to goodness, the next step is women are about to start proposing to men. I bullshit you not. Mark my words. By 2030, we gonna have the average woman getting down on one knee proposing to men. I promise. If y'all don't stop this, whatever movement is going, I don't know what's going on in the world, but this nigga came saving my money for marriage.
Do you mind buying this for me, baby?
Ooh, I would, but I'm financially celibate right now, saving my money for marriage.
Sorry. Do you mind buying this for me, baby?
Ooh, I would, but I'm financially celibate right now, saving my money for marriage. Sorry.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man said he is practicing financial celibacy. He said he ain't spending no money until he get married, till he full blown get married. All right, brother, you're gonna be single for the rest of your life. Let me just go on, settle in and be comfortable, man. I mean, that's just another way of saying I don't want to be with nobody. You ain't gonna spend no money. Yeah, all right. I can tell you now, in the grown age era, it's gonna cost you. Whatever you trying to do, you can't do nothing with or no woman without spending some money, some kind of money. Coffee date costs money. Even conversation, whether this is the thing about it, where you don't understand, either you directly or indirectly spending money to attract women. I don't care if you drive a nice car, you ain't driving that car because you like it.
Okay. Does this man look like the type of man that could get a woman without spending no money? Let's be for real. Since he wanna come direct, we could be direct too. Does this look like the type of man that has ever got some coochie without having to come out some money? You know how sometimes we say it's always big girls that complain about this, or the ugly chicks that complain about that, or the older chicks that complain about this. In this case, bruh, you gonna come out that money. People that look like you can't afford financial celibacy. You ain't gonna just pay for a coffee date. You gonna pay for the whole franchise the way you look, bruh. You think the rest of us got them bug eyes that you got? You think the rest of us talk like we do? You probably 35 years old, talk like your name is Nate or Earl. He talking like he live on a farm. If you listen to how his voice drags, and I'm not trying to insult the brother, but let's be real. I could see it was like these other brothers coming up here. You know, they had their beards all decent and they was clean. They were like, they clean. And they look like, listen, I don't care how I look. I'm gonna be financially celibate. If she gonna give me the coochie, she gonna give me the coochie because I'm funny, not because of my finances. She gonna give me the coochie. Yeah, my man is a comedian. Dude, his looks are the joke alone. If I saw him on stage, I'm laughing at everything he got to say. I'm laughing at everything this brother got to say. He ain't got to say nothing else. All he got to do is just stand there. The microphone ain't even got to be on, and I'm laughing. You could just turn his mic off. Just turn the mic off. Turn the mic off. Turn the lights out. I can laugh at him in the dark. Yeah, you gonna spend some money somehow, some way. I'm like, dude, you sound like somebody grand uncle. You know how your grandfather, come on, you know how your grandfather got a brother? Am I lying? Does he not sound like your grandfather's brother? Your grand uncle? Shout out to Ronan Travels in the building. And my brother User. And the African Wolf. I'm just saying, bro, you can't put yourself in financial celibacy conversation if we already can tell you right. You can't go financially. Okay, let's do it like this, gentlemen. Put a 1 in the comment section if you ever got some free coochie. I don't care because you was funny. I don't care if you was connected. I don't care if she was horny that night, you was horny that night. Put a 1 in the comment section if you ever in your life got some just regular, you ain't spent no money, you just was in a good conversation. What are you about to do? Where you about to go? I ain't going nowhere. Well, I'm about to go to the house. Can I come with you? She say, I'm about to go to the house. You like, I'm coming. Put a 1 in the comment section if you got some late night wintertime coochie. It's about 11 o'clock at night. Snow everywhere. Black ice everywhere. She calling, hey, big head. What you doing? I'm in the house. I'm about to light the fire. I'm coming over. She driving through black ice, sleet, not just rain, not just snow, sleet, over to your crib. And you know that by the time she get there, like 12:30, because that's how long it's gonna take her to drive from the one side, east side Detroit to the west side. Come on, guys, keep putting the 1s in the comments. Because I know I ain't the only one that done got some coochie and ain't paid a grand. I did not pay a grand for some of them women. Okay. Put a 1 in the comment section if it happened more than once in your life. Maybe it was a one-off. Put a 1 in the comment section if it happened more than one in your life with a different woman that you done got some coochie and you ain't paid nothing. You just happen to be funny. You just so happen to have a good conversation. You just so happen to know her cousin. Dude, I got some coochie. True story. Y'all know I got stories. I got some coochie one time because I was at the phone booth at the right time in the right place. Dude, remember back in the day, you be out there hollering at your little female on the phone booth? You be out there for maybe a half an hour to an hour, just talk to the little mama while she at her house, and you at the phone booth, right? People walking by, you don't care, you at the phone booth. And don't let it be like one of them Superman phone booths where you can put your feet up and get comfortable, right? I'm maybe like 18, right, in Cleveland. Cutie walked by. She was with my homeboy's little sister. So I knew the little sister and I waved. Right? Hey, what's up, little mama? And you know, kept it pushing. Kept on. I'm on the phone, my little chick that I'm trying to holler at. My homeboy later on that day, hey Dre, what you up to? I ain't doing nothing. He said, hey man, come up to my spot, man. Me and old girl who I introduced him to his girl. So he said, come on over, me and my girl. We have some drinks. We'll have some friend over. Come on. She got a friend from Chicago. She coming. I'm like, okay, come on. Dude, I walked through the door. True story. I walked through the door of my homeboy home. I see his girl, who I introduced him to. Hey, what's up, girl? Da-da. We chopping it up. She said, I want you to meet. I turn around. It's the chick, the hot chick that was walking past the phone booth with my other homeboy, little sister. I didn't come to find out she the chick from Chicago, visiting Detroit. No, visiting Cleveland. She was visiting Cleveland. I was in Cleveland at that time period. Shout out to Cleveland. Visiting Cleveland for the summer. Bruh, I did not say hello to that woman. Thank you for all those ones, guys. I did not say hello to that woman. My boy looked at me. His girl looked at her. Bruh, how come they literally both stood up? I still ain't said hi yet. Like, hey, how you doing? My name is... Ain't been no introduction, ain't been no hellos. They saw the instant connection we had. How come they both stood up and said, well, we about to head in the bed? I think like, well, I thought y'all was gonna hang out here with hang out here with us. I still ain't said hello to the chick. I mean, she was a baddie. Bruh. They hadn't walked in the bedroom. Couldn't have been 40 seconds. I mean, you had enough time to hear the door close and click-clack. Me and this chick still ain't said hello. We ain't exchanged no, bruh. You'd have thought I was her ex-husband or her husband coming back from Vietnam after serving 3 tours. I beat the brakes off that chick. Still no hello. Still ain't no names exchanged. No names, dude. We didn't talk. It was all grunts and grabs. Man, she got on the part that really got me. She got on top, right? Y'all know I got stories. She get on top. She started ragging your boy. I finally break out talking. I say, this is the best coochie. Bruh, how come she looked down at me? Like I said, we 18 years old. She looked down at me with them pretty eyes and she said, baby, that ain't the coochie. That was the first time I ever had a female riding with it in her booty. You don't even know my name. You on top of me, and it's your booty. It's your booty, girl. Don't tell me this your booty. Do not be telling. She blew my boom. She looked down and she knew she had your boy. She was like, baby, that ain't the coochie. Oh, mother, I would have got on the phone, call my mama. Mama, I want you to meet your daughter. I want you to meet your daughter. We gonna have some kids. I ain't never coming back to Detroit. I'm sorry. I love you, Detroit. I love you. I ain't never coming back. Detroit, I am never coming back. If that was the booty, do it again. Do it again. Bruh, I was done. Didn't spend any money. And here's the part. Next morning, my boy come out. Now he already got the face. He looking like, yeah, I know what you did last night. Yeah, we heard y'all. Right? So I'm walking little mama, because her spot was across the street. Like I said, she was in town And she come to find out she was my homeboy's cousin from Chicago. So we get ready to get in the elevator. I knew that this elevator had an emergency button to stop it, but it didn't have an alarm that would go off. You know how if you stop an elevator, then an alarm would go off? This one had a button. You stop it because of, people would bring, when you're moving in or moving out, they would bring their items in. So this was the type of elevator that if you stop it, you probably could move furniture on and off of it because it wasn't the size of a freight elevator, but it worked like a freight elevator. Bruh. I hit that. She didn't know. I hit that button right around. We was like 5 floors up. By the time we hit to like 3.5, I said, boom. Hit that elevator, boom. I told that month in that elevator one more time. Man, you'd have thought I was about to go to Kuwait. By the time we got to the first floor, you'd have thought Andre was drafted on my way to Kuwait. The way I careened that coochie in that elevator. You thought Solange and Jay-Z was fighting up in that elevator. No, your boy was going to battle up in that elevator, tearing that coochie up. And then we got ourselves together. True story. Got ourselves together, and I hit that elevator button, and the elevator started back down. And I ain't bought no drinks. I ain't bought a candy bar. Detroit, I didn't buy no Better Made potato chips. Detroit, I didn't buy her a bag of J's. No Charleston Chew. Nothing. And if I got stories of not having to pay, I know you guys got stories of not having to pay. So this little thing of you gotta pay or else, bruh, I was too young to think about it. Hey, D-Mac, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was too young, too horny, too naive to even consider, because check it, because she wasn't the first elevator, the first victim of the elevator. Bro, once I discovered, I forgot how I discovered it, but once I discovered that elevator button stop, man, you know how freaky chicks get in elevators? Ain't nobody coming, girl. Why? Because I just stopped the elevator. What? Let's get it in. Man, I've been with 3 or 4 chicks in that elevator, man. That's my building. I lived in that building. You think I don't know that building? I remember one time, shoot, man, please. I remember one time I had one chick waiting upstairs, another chick I'm smashing in the elevator. Why I had just let another chick go. And she was getting in a taxi. Man, please. That was my building. Shout out to Euclid Avenue. All you Cleveland boys know what I'm talking about, Euclid Avenue. I was across the street from Shaw High School. That's what my building was. Yeah, man, that was my elevator. Of course, it wasn't, and it wasn't like he's stopping it because he's graping them. I ain't had to do all that. Each one of the women I was already smashing. But I ain't gonna lie, when Mama said, I say, damn, she said, baby, that ain't the, you see how I'm paraphrasing, because I can remember that moment. That ain't the pussy. Man, I'm looking up like, that ain't the, you mean you riding me? That ain't the, you mean that you riding back and forth like that, and that ain't the, where is it then? Lassie, my dick is lost in the well. I need Lassie. My dick is lost in the well. Oh my God. That ain't the pussy. Man, listen. Life-altering moments by Andre Spence. He said, man, I'm dead. He said, this is how I used to go down. Yeah, this is how I used to go down, almost retired. He said, either had it or you didn't. This is true. He said, you got me over here taking notes from my book, Diary of the Mac. Man, I'm telling you, man, true story, man. We literally, well, part that blew me away is we literally didn't say anything to each other. We didn't say hello. We didn't say, okay. How many times have you guys smashed without paying for anything? Plenty of fish. MySpace chicks from back in the day. Black Planet chicks. All them dating apps chicks. Did y'all take every one of them out to dinner? No, you didn't. Plenty of Fish, man. We was running through Plenty. Man, I don't know why Plenty of Fish is still up, man. Man, we ran through Plenty of Fish so bad, man. You ain't even bought a bottle of gin. Yeah, I said gin. You ain't even took a bottle of gin over that woman's house on Plenty of Fish. All you had to do is show up with your gas on Plenty of Fish. Black Planet back in the day, Black Planet? Man, they had to ban us from Black Planet. He said, Black Planet got me hooked up in Japan. Right. But this dude, where you going, babe? Okay. You okay? Okay. Yeah. Don't forget the MSC. Yeah, for real. That's serious. Come on, man. She came over and I bruh. Is it just me on those dating apps? You get the coochie that you don't even expect to get. It'll be times where you like, I just want to see what the chick look like. I just want to go over to her house, probably meet up with her and just see if she look like her photos, and then see, maybe is it just me on them dating apps? Sometimes you be like, I'll probably get you tell yourself, I'm gonna get the coochie next week, or I'll probably get it this weekend. You don't be thinking you gonna get that coochie tonight. 15 minutes after she opened her door. And I'm talking about chicks that you never expected you was gonna get the coochie that easy. Man, them online chicks and them sisters just as bad as the wife. So when sisters be talking about something, we don't do those dating apps. Man, dude, sisters ain't got, white girls ain't got no discretion. Sisters ain't got no discretion. Latin chicks definitely ain't got no discretion. They do not, man. He said, I quit my job. He said, I was living with a girl in Tokyo after I met her on Black Planet. She was so I know she had a nice body. She was a dance choreographer, and I helped her teach salsa. Man, she was a salsa teacher too. Don't even let me pretend to pronounce that correctly. He said the Tokyo girl refused to give me back my Kama Sutra books. I had the big Kama Sutra book, the big one, like the one that you open up like. I had a big Kama Sutra book. Yes, sir. Because he said it held too much sentimental value. I bet it did. He said, I know dudes who smash after getting catfit. Dude, I've had some of the weirdest smash moments. Probably my weirdest smash moment was this. 2. I told y'all about one of them back in the day, but I'll tell y'all about another one. My weirdest. Now remember, tonight's topic still is about men being financially celibate, meaning that we don't have to spend money to get these women like this brother just tried to tell us. One of them was a chick that was, her husband was a politician in the city. And so she put catfish photos up of Janet Jackson. And I told her on Plenty of Fish, and I said, you must be that ugly to where you got to put up pictures of Janet Jackson. And this was Janet Jackson, That's the Way Love Goes, 6-pack Janet Jackson. That's the way love. That was that Janet Jackson. I'm like, girl, you ain't that fine. She was like, I look better than Janet. You look better than Janet Jackson. That's the way love goes, Janet, with the 6-pack in the tan. Looking like Janet from Brazil with the curly weave. With J-Lo dancing in the background, Janet. I said, woman, please. She said, I got a hotel room. Meet me at so-and-so and so-and-so on this particular day. Okay. It's catfish. Let me humor. Bruh. She was finer than Janet. Face, body, hair, everything. That politician, it was a brother. He was not a fool. He had him a baddie. I beat the brakes off that chick for 6 months. She was the one who I told y'all about used to pay me to stay from work. Remember I told y'all the stories about a female used to pay me to not go to work? And so she'd pay me 3 times as much to just stay in the hotel room all day. And she'd bring me food and all that stuff. Some of y'all wasn't around for those stories. Yeah, that was her. She would literally pay me like, Andre, how much do you make a day? Oh, I made it up. So she paid me 3 times as much. She had me in a bad hotel suite. Yes, I was a gigolo for her. Yes, I don't care what y'all say. Judge not, lest ye be judged. Don't judge your boy. And I'll be sitting up there, feet kicked up. And she would come over in the morning at the hotel, let me beat it up before she went to work. Come back during lunch break, let me beat it up. She'd bring me my lunch, let me beat it up. She'd come back in the evening before she went to work and went home, take care of the kids, let your boy beat it up. And then she'd tear your boy off some paper. Kid you not, and her husband was a well-known politician in the city. But the weirdest I ever had, weirdest encounter was I got a phone call from customer service. I was in Tampa from customer service. And I was like, excuse me, I think you called the wrong number. She was like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I don't know what sparked up a short conversation between us, right? Now, I'm thinking this person on the other side of the world, right? But a conversation sparked up. And all of a sudden, we're still on the phone. Now, remember, she's at work. This is being recorded. And then I said, well, if if you can't find, like Cat Williams say, well, if you can't, that's the wrong number. If you can't find the person, just call me back. She knew that was the hint. Girl, call me back. Mind you, this is customer service. I don't know what she looked like. She ain't got no accent. Nothing says that she's sexy. And I don't even know what city she's in. True story. I don't know what city she's in, nothing. This just so happened to somebody called the wrong number. Flirted for a few minutes and then hung up. Ain't thought about it. Next day, I get a call back. This is so-and-so and so. I say, excuse me, ma'am, but this is the wrong number again. I knew what she was calling back for. Bruh. Come to find out, she's in Orlando. Anybody from Tampa, you know that I-4 ain't nothing but a 40-minute, 45-minute drive to Orlando. We party in Orlando and go back home to Tampa or get you a hotel room in Orlando. If you're from Tampa, you can work in Orlando. Man, she got off work. True story, got off work. I had a hotel room in Orlando because I'm like, if it's catfish, I could still be down here in Orlando and I could party because I got plenty of people down in Orlando. Bruh, how come this customer service chick was a badass Puerto Rican chick? Because anybody know about Kissimmee or Orlando, you know that's like baby Puerto Rico, right? If you don't live in Puerto Rico, you live in Orlando. This mug was bad. You telling me I'm about to get some customer service wrong call, Coachy? You telling me if I had not answered that phone call, I would not be in Orlando beating the Puerto Rican Que rico, papi. Que rico. Muy rico. Out of this chick. I could not believe. I'm saying, man, that's probably the craziest thing that's ever happened to me as far as like getting some. Didn't have to take out to dinner. Back to our topic. Didn't have to take her out to dinner. No, dude, I didn't have to get this woman a bottle of water. All I had to do was make sure I had a hotel room and a box of condoms. And I mean, beat it like I was Michael Jackson on Friday night videos. The world premiere of Michael Jackson's Beat It. Oh, them Puerto Ricans, yeah, bruh. Yeah. He said, I used to call, right, Kissimmee, San Juan, that's right, North. He said, funny you mentioned that. Yeah, man. A lot of people don't realize, y'all know about Mickey Mouse, but the people that live around Walt Disney and all that, nothing but Puerto Ricans. The freaking Puerto Rican, yes, sir. Kid you not, man. That was wild, man. Just off of. And I'm just a regular dude like y'all. I'll be walking around like, yes, I'm Mr. Handsome. Look at me, I'm so rich. I'm just a regular cat like y'all, right? Yep. For real. That is true. He said, I just pray that my kids don't never pick up my habits. So true. So true. Let's get back to the video, gentlemen. But my point, I don't know how we went left, but that was fun. But my point is for us to not assume that we will automatically have to pay. You can go on financial celibacy, and based off of all the stories that we just shared and I just shared, yeah, the Cubans are in Miami. The Colombians are in Tampa. Colombians are in Tampa. Cubans are in Miami. Puerto Ricans are in Orlando. So just in case you guys ever wonder who is where. That's so true. The Colombians and the Venezuelans are in Tampa. The Cubans and a few Venezuelans, a few Colombians, but really Cubans are in Miami. But the Puerto Ricans, all over Orlando. That is 1,000,000,000% true. C-Mac said, I was in a reggae club in Orlando at the Shout out to City Walk, Universal Studios. For those that don't know, Universal Studios, the theme park, closes down at night, right around 8 o'clock. So all the regular tourists and the kids and everything, it closed down for them. But Universal Studios has a nightclub area called City Walk. And it's like club after 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 club. It's like 15, 20 clubs you can go to, right? Little eateries and spots. So it stays open like late. So as you're leaving, let's say you're a tourist during the afternoon, you've been enjoying riding the Incredible Hulk and Spider-Man rides and all, and your kids are having fun, and it's a regular short, so you leaving, and all of a sudden you see all these people coming in and they dressed to the T. What's going on? That's because the clubs in Universal Studios is about to open up. So they closed down the theme park part, but the restaurants and the nightclubs open up. So if you ever in Orlando, man, he's absolutely correct. Go to City Walk on the river or on the lake. He said, I had a chick come up and start trying to kiss on me. He said, I told her my coworker was my girl. And she wanted both of us. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not black, I'm OJ.
But I told her, okay. Yes, sir. Yep. Shout out to Ybor City with the Marriott Quick Walk. Yes, sir. Shout out to Ybor in Tampa. Shout out to them Tampa boys. Oh, that's the T-Mac question. Let me get away from that. And let's go back. Let's go back here. So let's not believe what this brother's saying. We're going to bring that beat back for you guys. But what this brother talking about, yeah, that's not going to work for us.
Brother, you're going to be single for the rest of your life. Let me just go on, settle in and be comfortable, man. I mean, that's just another way of saying I don't want to be with nobody. You ain't going to spend no money. Yeah, all right. I can tell you now, in the grown age era, it's going to cost you. Whatever you trying to do, you can't do nothing with or no woman without spending some money, some kind of money. Coffee date costs money. Even conversation with it. This is the thing about it, what you don't understand. Either you directly or indirectly spending money to attract women. I don't care if you drive a nice car, you ain't driving that car because you like it. You got it because you know women like it. The only people that ain't doing that is the ones that just at a point in their life where they understand, like, I am not at a point where I have the funds to do things that women like. You understand what I'm saying? I got a Toyota Areola. I know women don't like it, but that's what I can afford. That's what I'm driving right now. But if you're not gonna spend no money, I tell you now, hey, your forearms are sure about to get swole. Anyway, my stand-up special, anybody want to tell me, is on Tubi right now. And I'm on tour. Go to sugarking.com and get them tickets.
for letting me know I was muted, guys. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you, Jack. I know, right? Appreciate you guys. Okay. Okay, here we go. What I was saying was this. Guys like that, with that mentality, with that thinking. Thanks, Jay. This is why there's 1.4 million women in the U.S. that do OF. Let's scroll down. This is the crazy part. Let's look at the spending per country. Let's look at the spending per country. No country spends on OF more than desperate men in the States. 2.63 billion. 2.63 billion with an alien. And you wonder why men have decided, listen, I'm done with this. I'm going on financial celibacy. I'm not about to spend 2.63 billion. I can see why men are cutting back. Look at UK. UK is nowhere near the United States. Neither is Canada, Italy, Mexico, France, Australia, Germany, Brazil, or Spain. Some of these, it looks like if you combine the last 4 or 5 countries, it still won't equate to 2.6 billion, guys. $2.6 billion? Spelled with an alien? Thirsty, bruh. Way too many simps in the States. Absolutely correct. Way too many. Shout out to my AMSM. Another man saving men. He said a lot of sexually frustrated simps in the United States. And that's another one. That's another one, Arizona. That's another one. The fact that it's married dudes that's that sexually frustrated. See, this is Andre's theory. Date seriously or marry seriously somebody that you really want. I'm not attracted to really short, petite women in the sense of like 5'3" and under. That's never really been my thing. 5'3", 5'1". Now, for some other brothers, tall, especially tall dudes, man, y'all love short women. Love them. The more petite and sexy, the better, right? But get with who, but to sit back and to marry or date somebody that's, let's say you 6'3" and your girlfriend is 5'8", but you really like short, petite women, you doing yourself an injustice. So just get with the short, cute, petite women. I've always had that theory. Don't waste your time marrying a woman that you know that you ain't attracted to just because she was with you when you were sick. And so now you want to give her a wedding ring. Don't do that. Yep. Even Brazil up there. Yep. Shout to Passport Salvation. Passport says this. He said they say that you right. I was just thinking the same thing, bro. I was just thinking the same thing. They say that Passport bro and travelers are the problem. He said I still never see the crucifixion of the OF subscribers. You know what? I never thought about that, and that is true. I've never seen a bunch of videos on TikTok of women condemning OF. That's a great point. Yeah, that's Jeffrey. That's my Uncle Jeffrey. We're both the same height, but he liked the short. He liked the short chicks. He's not going to be walking around with a tall chick knowing that that's not his type. And a lot of dudes marry the opposite of their type, and then they get frustrated and go to OF to get with the short queens when they should have got with the short queens. You say P and P, pretty and petite, right? When they know that they enjoy the short queens, but then they'll get with somebody because everybody else said that she was thick, but that's not what you are really into. 5'8" and thick. You into the petite chicks. So get with who you really are interested in. That's all I used to say. Shout out to Law Dog Bait in the building. Law Dog says this. He said, I was in DR last week and saw a girl in the airport. She was 5'9", but hot. And the proportions were on point. I can imagine. He said they come in all sizes. He said, I prefer the fun size. Shout out to you with the fun size. He said, do men go for women that are sick? I like them tall. I like them tall. Jeffrey could tell you, I like them. If you ain't, Andre is the shortest at 5'5". Andre is the shortest at 5'5". Me, I'm a tree chopper. Dude, I chop down trees for a living, bruh. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Bruh. The more lumber, dude, I'm talking about the tall German chicks. Them tall all through Scandinavia, Poland. Them tall, blonde, blue-eyed, silk hair, bruh. Let me get a tall Latin chick. She in trouble. Don't let it be a sister that's tall. Man, I'm Paul Bunyan, man. I'm coming through that. Plus, I'm 6'3", so it was easy for me. Man, I don't care if they 5'4". They got to get God. I'm sorry, girl. Got to get God. Ain't nothing like seeing a long leg all the way over there and a long leg all the way over there. Only thing you don't like about tall girls, they got big feet. Yeah, she gonna be tall. She gonna be wearing the size 10 in girls. She gonna be wearing size 10 in boys. Size 12 in girls. Even if they got pretty feet, they're gonna be pretty big. That's the only thing about liking tall girls. The footses. They're gonna be coming from up under the cover. Anytime you got tall girls, yeah, she gonna have big hands too, and they could be pretty hands. She could take care of them. They don't look masculine at all, but they can look like they can be pretty and grip a basketball. This is true, my friend. Anytime she can wear your socks, she in the house. Can I borrow a pair of socks? Cause she know they gonna fit. And you wear size 12. Yeah, they gotta have. Now me, gotta have pretty feet. I'm fortunate. I'm married into pretty feet, so I'm like, thank God I'm married pretty feet. Goodness gracious, I'd have had that little hint of disappointment if Andre didn't have pretty feet. I'd be like, oh yeah, but I love you. You know, that'd be the feeling. It'd be like, but I love you. But since she got pretty feet, I'm good. I'm good. Let's go back to the video. Let's remove this OF. And let's add this to the stage.
Why should a man you're not married to be required to pay your bills to show his commitment to providing for you? And if you are a Proverbs 3:1-10 woman, you won't require a man to pay your bills.
I don't require a man to do anything for me. I would hope that my essence and my energy inspires.
I will hope that my essence and energy would inspire him. In other words, if you ain't spending, I ain't spreading. That's all she's saying. This is literally all this woman is saying. If you are not spending, I am not spreading. I don't require him. In other words, she's one of those chicks that's like, I didn't ask you to buy me a Birkin bag. I didn't ask you to invest in my business. I did not ask you to fly me out. You flew me out on your own. She's one of those women. One of those women. Let's bring it back.
Why should a man you're not married to be required to pay your bills to show his commitment to providing for you? And if you are a Proverbs 3:1-10 woman, you won't require a man to pay your bills.
I don't require a man to do anything for me. I would hope that my essence and my energy inspires him to want to. I would never say, in order for me to be your girlfriend, this is what it takes. What I do know is my track record with men and the men that I have dated, I have never said, hey, I'm a little short on my rent. Can you help me? I get a wire. I don't date men that have to count their pennies in order to be able to provide for me. I don't have to count my pennies in order to be able to provide for me. I also take care of my parents and do a lot of stuff for my family. So if you're not at my level or higher, I understand that. I get what that is saying, but I don't require it. It should.
Man, if y'all don't go on financial celibacy and get you a passport and leave these women in the States alone with their delusion, just because you didn't tell me doesn't mean that she doesn't require it. Doesn't mean that she doesn't require it. I think I missed a. Did I? Yeah, I got this one. Yeah, nobody's woman. He said not into short chicks. He said, but in each his own. He said 5'5" to 5'8". I'm about 6'1". Yeah, my ex-wife was like 5'7", 5'8". So, but Andrea is just right height. Andrea love wearing heels. So she thinks she's doing something whenever she puts some heels on, and Andrea walk around like she 5'10". She thinks she's doing something. He said, I've been telling brothers to leave them state heifers alone. For real, crypto. I don't know what these dudes are doing. Law Dog says this. He said, a problem with so many women is that they want to be put skin into. They want you to put skin into the game with the money to prove commitment, but no expectations of getting anything in return. No ROI guaranteed. No ROI guarantee. And then the crazy part is, Law Dog, which we all know, the dude that's flat broke, he'll be getting the coochie all day long. There is no way this woman right here can tell me she ain't never gave that coochie to a broke dude. I don't care if it was high school. I don't care if they was both broke in college. I don't care if she was just coming up and he was just coming up in a late 20s. These women always try to make it seem like they were always giving their coochie to dudes with money. Like they always were able to get dudes on that level. Chicks like this are funny because they'll go from just being a regular high school chick that probably was cute, but was smashing some of the older drug dealers in our, come on now, that was probably getting smashed by some older drug dealers in our neighborhood, went to college, got smashed by some college dudes, got a career, got smashed by some colleagues in their career. And now they think they're a little something because they're a little older. But notice, after all these years of getting smashed by the drug dealers, smashed by the college dudes, smashed by the colleagues, they still attractive, but ain't nobody ringing them up. Ain't nobody putting no ring on their finger. They always talk about these dudes, these invisible dudes. Well, he has to make as much money as me because I take care of my mom and my family members and my dog. And he has to be faithful and he has to be focused. And you looking like, are you serious? These dudes got half of these chicks got a longer track record with broke dudes than they do with dudes with money. That's the part that probably gets me the most. They got a longer track record with dudes that ain't have money throughout their lives than the few dudes that had money and got the coochie and didn't put no ring on it. These fools, these women think they fooling us, but they not. Shout out to my man Abraham, father of many nations. He said all these pretty girls got is pretty girl expiration dates. Absolutely correct. Just look at them because you know that prettiness is about to expire. Their prettiness is about to expire. He say brothers find a woman worth the long-term investment. Absolutely correct. Shout out to you. You are absolutely correct. Get you a woman with the long-term investment. Stop wasting your time with these short-term investment women. Yep. Ran through. If she never gave any coochie to a broke dude, she won't have to. We never have to have this conversation. Absolutely correct. She would not have to let guys know, put a disclaimer, in other words, on what she plans or what she wants. She wouldn't have to do all that. Let's go back to the video.
Be a desire. And if you don't desire it, you don't want me. I also date very abundant men, abundant in mindset, abundant in spirit, abundant in finance.
You see how they describe these dudes? You see how they describe them? But yet ain't nobody dumb enough to put a ring on them. And also remember, women often exchange the word date, not all the time, because some of it is just innocent dating. But I noticed women will exchange the term dating for having sex with. Are you dating anyone? Translation, girl, is somebody breaking that back in? A lot of times women sit back and say, a lot of guys that I date. No, a lot of guys that hit that coochie. Not saying every dude hit, baby, but a lot of dudes that y'all don't want to admit hit in the late night hour. How do I know? I was the dude that they didn't want to admit that they was let hit. I was the dude that they didn't want to tell nobody that they was letting me run through them because they had a business meeting with the executives the next morning. We're putting together the group for the mayor's fundraiser. So you don't want people to know that I'm smashing you. True story. I had one chick. She had executive meetings with some big wigs in the city. She paid for, not me, she paid for a hotel suite for your boy. This is a totally different chick. Paid for a hotel suite for your boy in the same hotel where they were having the meeting. Because I think they were putting together the Teachers of the Year celebration. And so it's going to be an grand evening ball event or your black tie affair, right? So it was cool to come up to the top suite. Let me beat that coochie up for a few hours, off and on. But when it came to the black tie affair, she had a date. These same chicks, bruh. That's why I be telling y'all, man, do not be falling for what these chicks be trying to portray on YouTube, man. Cameras off, man. They be getting their back broke in by basic dudes. Just regular, everyday dudes like us. This imaginary Pinocchio dude. I wish he was a real boy type dude. Shout out to MAB with the $20 love. He said, I got more play from them. Thank you. He said, when I was. I know exactly what you're talking about. As long as your crib was that crib where everybody could come hang out, get drunk, party, and you could run through these chicks. You can run through them. He said, when I was broke, drunk, and let everybody in my... He ain't never lied on that one. Never lied. Shout out to MAB with the $20 love. Let's continue. Yeah, seriously. I don't know why women think that men, all of a sudden, we get older and we forgot who we smashed or what type of chicks we smashed. It doesn't matter how much these women talk on social media, how loud they get, blah, blah, blah. I ain't giving nobody no coaching. If you ain't paying, I don't care what they say. Us dudes over 30, we know that we've been running through y'all for many a moon. Y'all could go on social media, clean it up, make it look good. My name is Dr. So-and-so now. Girl, you was Tiffany when I was hitting it. Now you're Dr. Jonas. Tiffany? I'm Tiffany Jonas now. Girl, how your mama doing? What you talking about? Tell your mama I'm coming by the house for the holidays. What you talking about, Tiffany? These females get me. Yes, and the type of men I would. Tiffany, you were saying that when I was hitting you back when we were 27 years old. You were talking about you want a high value man back then. But it was amazing how I used to drive my Duster through the snow over to your mama house and bang that coochie in the basement. Don't be playing with me, girl. Don't be playing with me acting like I wasn't smashing that coochie in your mama basement. Now you want to get on YouTube, Tiffany, and act like you don't know nobody. You want to get on TikTok, talk about you want a high value man. I saw you on that Kevin Samuels episode. LaWanda, I don't care how many plays you been in for Tyler Perry. Yeah, I was smashing one of them chicks that was in Tyler Perry plays. Yeah, I was smashing one of them too, right? True story. I don't care how many Tyler Perry plays you been in. Don't act like you don't know your boy. So you gonna tell him about so you done forgot about the time I hit it when we were sitting around drinking Seagram's gin. When we were drinking gin and juice back in the day. You remember your boy now, huh? They all want to act all brand new. For real. That chick from around the corner, yup. Miss Jenkins. She may have dated some abundant men, but she doesn't have an abundance of men. That's a good point. Who wanted to stick around. And these chicks feel like they can cake it up and make it up and weave it up as if we forgot about. And I know it's dudes right now listening to her right now. Girl, please. What you talking about? Girl, answer your phone. I saw you on YouTube talking about you want an abundance man. I do want to get your ass over here. I still want an abundant man. Get over here. Just because I'm coming over doesn't mean I don't want a man with abundance. Girl, I got abundance for you. Now get your ass over here. I can't stand you. Get your ass over to this house. Women need to stop that one, man. I'm not saying, just be nasty like you used to when you was young, but stop acting like the only person that can get the coochie now is a rich dude. Ain't none of y'all be on these talk shows. Y'all talking about y'all want a abundance man, but y'all never talk about celibacy. Y'all never talk about how y'all ain't giving nobody the coochie. We gonna get to that one in a second.
Abundant energy. I want a man that is inspired to say, first of all, it's not like it's much for them, but also I want him to feel like.
Here's the part that she's not realizing. If my money is not much for me, then you're not much for me either. If you think that I have so much money that it's not much for me, I bust my butt to get it. But since you think that it's not much for me, I'm gonna show you something. If my money is not much for me in your eyes, then I promise you, I'm gonna play you like you're not much for me also.
Take pride in being like, my baby, I want to take this off of her plate. Or I want her to know that I've got her back. And in the same way, because oftentimes what men will say is, well, let's say your rent is $5,000 a month and you're paying $5,000 a month and you date for a year and then you break up. Well, that's $60,000 gone. Okay, well, what are the intangible things that she's brought to you in that year that are intangible but super qualitative?
How come they always talk about invisible stuff that they give? And I believe that invisible blessings that women give, don't get me wrong. I believe very much so in the invisible blessings that women give to a relationship. But does everything have to be invisible? No, seriously. Seriously, fellas. Does everything that a woman brings to you, some things, let's say many things, let's even say most things that a woman brings to your life is invisible. Peace, she brings joy, comfort, intimacy, fun. All the stuff that's invisible, right? All the stuff that costs nothing. Can she bring something into the relationship that's visible? I know Andrea brings a lot of stuff into my life that's visible. She's purchased many of these colognes up here. So everything that Andrea brings into my life is not invisible. This invisible. What about the invisible things that I give to Andre? Andre doesn't talk like that, and none of y'all women, none of y'all wives or girlfriends in other countries talk like that. The invisible things I give him. Yeah, that quantity of reality. Yeah, really. They think good vibes, good vibes are worth spending $50K a year. It even sounds funny when you don't even laugh at them. You see, some of those chicks try to act like they're doing well, but they still give us Uncle Charlie. Come on now. They still give a visit Uncle Charlie when that rent is due. Say Uncle Charles, yep, Uncle Charlie, breaking them off a little. but just as pinching for some of these chicks coochie. Yep, that's just a pinching. That's it. Just a little bit of break off. Just a little something here and there. Just a little something. Just a little something. It's the craziest things, man. Let me not harp on the chick. Let me let some of this video.
If your character is better, if your level of discipline is higher, if your level of self-awareness has expanded, if all of these things are happening, if you've created better and stronger relationships with people you never even would have known before, if you're being put into new rooms, what's that worth? Because by the way, we can't quantify that. So there are so many things for me personally where I would hope that in my way of bringing all the things that I bring while I'm just a girlfriend is the same way that a man would want to bring all the things that he wants to bring while he's just a boyfriend. In my desire. Are they eating me alive? What we have to understand is that women are naturally seeking safety and security. Men are naturally seeking an aesthetic because that is showing that their heirs will be healthy. It is subconscious. This is just how we are inside of human nature.
When a man invests in a woman, it's serious, more serious to him.
What makes a woman an investment?
What makes a woman an investment? Yes, what do you mean?
What you said when a man invests in a woman. An investment is something that you put something in to get a return.
I think a trip is an investment. I think flowers is an investment. I think all of that, the courting is an investment. A fucking dinner at fucking a 5-star restaurant can be an investment.
Right.
Well, corn has become a risky investment because a lot of women these days are not looking for a relationship and are just using men for their resources.
But this is my thing.
You get a return on, right?
An investment, you get a return. So is the pussy is that the return on the investment?
Or what's the return? Because that's saying literally.
Is that the like if I invest my money in you, then you invest in the pussy? Like is that the fair exchange?
Like off the rip or eventually?
No, you said. Hold on, let me cook, bro. You said. You said that the trip or the purchase or the money or whatever that he does, this is an investment because a woman is an investment.
It is.
So an investment, if you know the definition of investment, but you're a bright woman.
Thank you.
When you invest.
Abraham, shout out to Abraham. He says this. He say, if she's doing all that, why is she ain't got no man? And all these 3-4 years she's been on YouTube, ain't got no man. Ain't got no ring, ain't got no engagements. But I bet you one thing, that back's been being broke in. The one chick that we were looking at earlier, Miss PYT, pretty young thing, you better believe in the last 3 years that she's been on YouTube, you better believe some NBA player that broke her back off and threw her to the side. Some black soccer player, some black hockey player, a brother that's a bowler, professional bowler. You better believe these women are not, they talking good talk, but they aren't virgins. They aren't sitting back, yes, I've been on YouTube for 3 years, and since I haven't found the right man, I haven't given the coochie to anybody in 3 years. Heck, you know. These women have been throwing that coochie out like a frisbee. Yep. Let's continue on.
That's something you have a return. What is my return? Like, what am I getting for spending my money on you?
How the fuck am I? What do you want as an investment? Are you doing it 9 times out of 10? A man is doing it to get some pussy.
Fucking right. You're fucking right.
Absolutely.
Nobody's that special.
And this is why I let my intentions be known from the beginning. I don't have time to string anyone along or play mind games. Either we're building or messing around. I don't use my resources to invest in being just friends.
But as a woman or as whatever, why would you just be giving it out?
They do it though. Oh, you said as a woman, why would you just be giving the coochie out?
So you want it to be an investment. You want him to invest in your vagina.
Coochie is dirtball low. The price of vagina.
Sorry.
And most of those women that give away for free have nothing else to offer. They don't bring anything else to the table.
I never got married because I don't see any reason to make somebody else a partner with my money. I had a very rough career. I suffered and struggled all my life. It took me 20 years to become a hit. And then I wasn't such a hit. It took me another 2, another 3, another 5. Then you found out what I do for a living. Now you got me back again. Now it took me 25 years to do this. Now that I'm making a comfortable living for the first time, I'm going to go make somebody else a partner. It doesn't make no sense. This is the only business in the world where somebody who's contributed absolutely nothing to your life for your money says, how do you do? I'm your partner. And if, God forbid, you spend a week with her and it doesn't work out, you owe her money. How do you owe her money? She contributed nothing to your money. She had a better life with you than she ever had for herself, didn't she? This Yente usually was living in Brooklyn, someplace in a basement. She couldn't afford gas or electricity. She beats a guy like Johnny Carson, gives her everything in the world for nothing, and at the end of it, you owe her money.
Let me make this clear. If I gotta pay for everything, I am cheating on you. You mean to tell me if we both go to work and I take care of all the bills, I take care of all the outings, I take care of all the trips, and all you have to do is save and pay for your lifestyle, whatever you want to do, you mean to tell me I can't have no hoes? See, that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. See, ladies, usually I be on your side, but now y'all pushing it now. I pay for everything. You a whole little nurse. You get to keep all of your money. You think you gonna go through my phone? What is this world? What happened to the girls that was screaming soft life, man? What happened to the girls that be asking, man, the real providers right here?
When you hear celebrities, what's the first thing male celebrity, black men celebrity?
want to buy
I'm gonna
their
take care of my
mama
mom.
crib.
When women get successful, I never hear them mention anybody else except themselves. What I'm starting to see is when men get successful and financially stable, first thing we think about is taking care of our family. Even if we don't got one, we getting this money to take care of our family. But when women get in these positions of power, financial stability, they ain't thinking about no family. They thinking about vacations, about saying that I don't need a man, proving that I don't need a man. They're getting money and status to say that I don't need a man.
I don't gotta take
you know what I mean? So
no more. That's
so it's two different things.
Man with money is expected to share, but a woman with money is told she doesn't need a man. Same income, totally different rules. Let me explain before you get mad. In our culture, men are taught from day one that if they're not earning, they're failing. If they can't provide, they're not real men. If they don't pick up the check, they're broke or stingy. A man's value is often reduced to his financial output. Now flip the script. When women become successful, we don't expect them to carry anybody. In fact, we celebrate it as a form of freedom. Yes, queen, you're independent. She doesn't need a man. He's expected to provide, but she's expected to escape. Because if we really want partnership, then we need to stop placing all the financial burden on one side, while celebrating freedom on the other.
So as you guys know right now, I'm in a financial celibate era. I'm going through my financial celibacy journey, okay? Which means I cannot spend any money on dates. And it seems like some men are also going through their own financial celibacy era. My friend Mike called me last night and said, Don P, I had a young lady call me and we used to go out, but it seemed like every time we would get to the point of being intimate, it would be that time of the month. And she called me last night saying, oh, I miss how we used to go out and we go to a nice dinner. Why don't you make us reservations tonight? I'll wear a beautiful dress, do my makeup and my hair for you. We can go somewhere like Ocean 48 or Javier's or Mastro's and just have a great dinner and spend some time together. And he said, listen, baby, I would love to. That sounds amazing. But unfortunately, right now I'm currently celibate. And she was like, oh, no, I didn't want to have intercourse with you. He was like, no, you misunderstand me. My money is celibate. My wallet is celibate. My credit cards are celibate. My debit cards are celibate. Even the cash in my safe is currently celibate. She said, what the hell are you talking about, Mike? He was like, that means I can spend no money on a date. She's saying, what are you trying to say? You broke? He says, no, I'm not broke at all. It's quite the opposite. I've been doing well over the last 3 months. I just have no money available to spend on dates and women like you. So good luck to all of the men in their financial celibacy era who are on their financial celibacy journey.
I am celibate.
Really?
I am financially celibate. I only spend money on me. Excuse me, ma'am. Can I get the check?
So apparently, some guy came up with a new dating concept called financial celibacy. And he says he's financially celibate, saving his money for marriage. Been a while since I did the door close thing. But let's talk about it. So I'm pretty sure what he's trying to say is that, I don't know if he meaning all of his money, but basically the dude is saying like he's saving his money for marriage. So I'm guessing during the whole dating phase and all that stuff, either he's not using any money at all or he's keeping a very, very short budget on how much he's doing for any woman during that time. I don't think this is a bad thing. This is definitely going to put a whole lot of like people in a pressure way like, oh, why would you do that? And then the question comes up, oh, why would you do that? I think this brings up a lot of questions for people. And I really think that the conversation might not be healthy. Because I feel like there's going to be a lot of women who think this is fucking stupid. And there's going to be a lot of us men looking at them like, why is it stupid? You see how the conversation asks questions and it just keeps going and keep going and keep going? But let's talk about it, though. I need some people to chime in. What you think about this?
And what I kind of realized is that these niggas is just gay. They don't want to take you on dates. They don't want to do no gestures.
So because men are financially celibate, now, once again, what did Kevin Samuels say? They're going to try to use shame, insults, guilt, or need to be right. Shame, insults, guilt, or need to be right. Our brother Ronan says this. He said, Western women are so lost in their thought process. Where man carries all the risk. That's a good point too. A lot of times we don't think about that the risk part. We don't think about that. We use the term spin, but we don't look at it as what it is. It's a risk that men are taking. Where men carry all the risk and you don't even get loyalty. She still says that you're not doing enough, and she's right. That she has rights to be entertained by other men. And they know that they have other men in their phones. They know they have other men in their phones. That's a good point, Ronan. We take all the risks, but no guaranteed loyalty. Talonia says this. He said, Andre, I just heard about a jobless woman in her late 40s says that she needs 10,000, a 10,000K push. What's a push? And that men who had financial means to help her don't want to see her win. Your take. I say this, and I'm glad that you asked that, because I got to work my way around to something like this right here, what you're just saying, talking about. I'm glad that you brought that up, Thelonious. It's amazing to me how women spend less on dates, less on flying somebody out, less on gifts, less on spontaneity. They're not buying us flowers, cards, candy. And yet a lot of these women who don't even have kids yet, let's talk about the one, let's not even talk about the ones that got kids. Let's just talk about the ones that don't have kids that many of us are dating. And these women have had 9 to 5 jobs like the rest of us. And when the government shut down, they broke. I kid you not. I ask myself, like, where did all the money go? You weren't paying $400 for dates. Men were. You weren't paying $200 or $100 for a date. The guy you were dating was. Women who have been in relationships with dudes, and I mean full-fledged relationships for 4 or 5 years. There is no way they shouldn't have 10, 15,000 stacked, because you ain't spending it on him. This is why I have very little sympathy for the women that have no kids, that don't stack any money, and you wonder what's going on. You wonder what's going on. So as for her, once again, it goes back to what Kevin Samuels was saying. What is she using? Let's look at it. And that men who have the financial means to help her don't want to see her win. Is she trying to use shame, insults, guilt, or need to be right? Men don't want to help her, don't want to see her win. That's a shame. That's what she's saying. Men don't want to see her win. That's a shame. And so she's trying to use it to guilt you into giving her a $10,000 push. That's y'all, guys. There'll be a simp out there to do it. We already looked at the OnlyFans listing, so there'll be a simp out there to do it. But as for us, no, that's not happening. Esco says this with the $5 love. Esco says, he said, I'm financially celibate. He said, got a surplus of bread. He said, and I have some, bro. He said, have some, bro. Absolutely correct, man. It's the fact that you like at peace because you didn't overspend for somebody that didn't give you, that you didn't even know if you're going to get a rate of return or not. Yeah, he is not lying. He is not lying. The women with no kids to spend on, but burn Tyrone with so I have no sympathy for. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. But Thelonious, that's gaslighting tactics to make you feel bad for her. As a dare to prove her wrong. Correct. Let's continue on with the video.
They don't want to spend no money on you, but hold on. But as soon as it comes to their homeboys want to do something, they so ready. Then they think when they do something slight for you, it's tricking. That is bare minimum.
Who is paying for those eyelashes? Who is paying for those eyelashes?
Get out my face with that, for real. And if you know you ain't got no money to be spending, or you don't want to spend no money on nobody, don't be trying to date around and talk to no female if you broke.
And the panhandling in the dating market continues, and you see hundreds, if not thousands, of videos like this where women are complaining about men being broke. This is their way of shaming men or a man because that man not want to spend money on them, and they're feeling rejected, so they feel the need to shame. Like in this video, she calls men gay because they don't want to spend money on her. But I have a question. How are you finding out that men don't want to spend money on you specifically? How are you finding out? Because the only dynamic I could imagine where you get a clear understanding is you must be requesting money. You must be requesting money. Can you get my nails done? Can you get this done? Can you give me some of that? You know what I mean? You must be requesting money, and that would be a complete turnoff. You're meeting a man after talking to him for a couple of weeks, maybe a month, and then you start asking him for money to pay bills, to pay this. Of course the man would be like, hell no, and not want to spend money on you, because when it becomes an obligation or even a demand almost in this scenario, then it's a complete no. So maybe you are confusing broke with they just don't want to spend money on you. I think that's what you're confusing broke, especially if you're a woman who's encountering guy after guy that doesn't want to spend money, and now you thinking it's all men. No. It's just the men, once they know who you are and engage in conversation with you, they figure out, oh, no, I'm not spending any money on this person. So I don't think the problem is being broke for men. The problem is you.
Yo, man introduces a new dating concept of financial celibacy. Yo, I've been saying this for the longest time. The same way that, the only way a woman can truly know if a man is truly for them is by keeping their legs closed. Same thing applies to men. Fellas, if you want to know if she's truly for you, keep your wallets closed. No, for real though. Ladies, are y'all going for this? If you dating a guy, he's a great guy, but y'all pop out, y'all go grab some food, bill come, and he hit you with the, it's a little too soon for me. I'm saving myself for marriage.
That's funny.
I'm happy that we're starting this. Men in the comments, are you going to start in 2026 financial celibacy? That means you're saving yourself for marriage, okay? You're going to keep that wallet closed, okay? And by the way, I think we need to keep long-term commitment celibacy as well. You got to keep your long-term commitment legs closed. Don't open your legs or your wallet to your finances or your long-term commitment to just anybody, okay? You need to make sure she's really down for you. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
Do you mind buying this for me, baby?
Ooh, I would, but I'm financially celibate right now, saving my money for marriage.
Sorry.
Saving my money for marriage. Hey, look, and this is an understandable tactic that men could use. Why not, right? We don't want to get used by women, right? We don't want to be, how do you say, exploited by women, right? I mean, it's just only right that we protect ourselves as men going forward in this dating economy. Things are crazy. Now, by the way, this is the first time I've heard the term ever used. I did some snooping around. A guy by the name of Don P. This is the first video. This is last year in 2024 in October. Take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make, and this mostly applies to the ladies. Don P is in his financial celibacy era. I'm going through a financial celibacy journey right now. And I don't need you trying to persuade or coerce me, ladies, to spend any money at all. My bank account is celibate. My savings account is celibate. My investments are celibate. Any money tools that I might have at my disposal are all celibate. And my money will not allow its cheeks to be clapped by you. Okay? So we can still go on dates, but we got to go on dates that are free. We can go on a walk on the beach. We have beautiful beaches here in California. We can go to the park. We can watch a movie at my house. We can watch a movie at your place. We can do something fun and free, because unfortunately,
I don't think you should do a movie at her place. If you're going to do a movie, definitely do a movie at your place. But yeah, why not have fun without spending money? Why do we got to spend money? So we don't got to have sex. We don't got to spend money. We don't got to do none of that. Let's see if we actually like each other and actually want to be with each other without spending money and having sex. It's not a bad deal. Okay, you want to be celibate? I want to be celibate. Let's be celibate together. Okay, but just in different ways. I don't want to spend my money. You don't got to open up your legs. It's really simple. All right, it's actually really simple. Anyway, I thought this video was very interesting as well. Take a look.
Broke women love calling men broke for shit that they can't even afford. If they're broke, then what are you? What are you, boo-boo? It's always the broke folks that love to call people broke, just so y'all know.
She got a damn good point on this. You know, a lot of women will call you broke because you don't want to spend money on them. Oh, no, you broke. If you don't got it, just let me know. No, baby girl, you don't got it. I don't know if I told you guys a story about a doctor in Brooklyn. Beautiful girl. She had long locks. Anyway, I remember she called me up one day while she was still in her residency, and she was like, hey, I don't know if you have $1,500 or not, but yeah, I was gonna ask like if you could like give me $1,500. I don't know if you have it or not. In my mind, I'm like, bitch, you don't got it. What do you mean you don't know if I have it? You don't have it. That's why you calling me for it. Don't try to make it seem like I'm broke. Don't try to shame me like I'm broke when you the one that need the money. Come on now. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
Bitches be, oh, I'm celibate. I'm saving my body till marriage. Bitch, I'm financially celibate then. Saving my pockets till marriage, ho. How about that? Bitches.
Yeah, saving my pockets till marriage. I want to give my pockets to a special somebody. I want to know it was worth it. I don't want to regret it. I don't want to have hindsight 2020 and say, you know what? I should have never took her out on an expensive date. I should have never bought her flowers. I should have never bought her a gift. I want to make sure that we're actually a good fit for each other. Why not, right? If you really like me, you'll stick around, right? You'll stick around. Anyway, I thought this video was very interesting as well. Take a look.
Why do men decide to do money spreads and all of these luxury designer clothes and expensive cars all over their social media? And then they get upset when you're like, hey, can you buy me this? Can you get me this? Can you give me that? They're like, oh, you only want me for my money. And I'm like,
so just because I spoil myself and celebrate it on social media for myself, you stupid Esco. He said these bras are UNICEF 2.0 facts. Because I spoil myself, that does not mean that I am gracious enough to spoil you. You spoil yourself because you've earned it. You know that you put in the work. So you spoil yourself with something small or something major. But that doesn't mean that you get a chance to get my proceeds, but you weren't in the gym with me. Kobe's wife didn't say, well, Kobe, since you bought yourself a helicopter, well, that's a little too close to home. Buy me one. She didn't say buy me one because you've got one. But these regular chicks who don't know how to move around money don't realize every time a man with money does something for himself to celebrate himself does not mean he needs to do something for you because he has nothing about you to celebrate. He has nothing about you to celebrate. He said, but I found the Lord. He said, atone for my sins. Since then, I've been saving my money for marriage. Yep. This is crazy, man. He said, like, this is why I tell us men, we broke. They always tell us men that we're broke. He said, but they steady asking. He said, no, they begging. He said, no, they're begging out here for handouts. So the fuck out of here. He said, here's some bum broads, nice. Trying with the shaming tactics. With the bonnet on the head. With the bonnet on the head. Shout out to my man J. Casey in the building. He said, why she on the internet looking like she about to go, man, this is the modern woman. This is the stay sad woman. These are your queens to be. Come on, Jay. Jay, come on, man. These are your stay sad women, brother. These are your queens that they tell y'all to defend. These are the royalty, man. You're looking at royalty on the screen. You are looking at black love. These are women that they tell y'all to marry. This is black love right here. Come on now. Y'all gonna quit playing like y'all don't know what this is. Y'all know when these cameras go off, these women be up in Walmart expecting y'all, Jay, now listen, Jay, they be in Walmart expecting you to pay for all their baby formula. They be expecting y'all to pay for all the baby formula, Jay. These are your queens. This is the black community. Come on, man. How the black community go come together if y'all don't get with the bonnet babes? Y'all might as well listen. If y'all think the black community is going to come together without y'all falling in love with these women with bonnets and big eyelashes and plastic weave, y'all living in the wrong country. Now, you passport bros, you need to come on home and get with these bonnet women and raise some kids that want to have bonnets. Just a whole family full of bonnets, and even men wearing bonnets now. So you be all right. Shout out to the bonnet brigade. And shout out to International Passport, International Quiet Storm. He said, shout out to all the financial celibate men out there. We are resting our wallets in masculinity. Yes, sir. He said the devil is a lie. Jay said never. Shout out to Bobby Coltrane of the Coltrane family. He said they better call Nate. Nate, I'm in the bind. I'm in the bind, Nate. For real. They're in the bind. He said a lot of Medellin women have adopted those financial expectations. That's crazy. Andrea says the same thing. Andrea talks about I need to have Andrea do a video on Latin TikTok, because Andrea will tell you everything that's happened on the Latin TikTok. And T-Mac is 100% correct. The same thing that's happening in Colombia with some of these ladies. He said they will have a low expectations of the local Colombian, but expect the foreigners to spend extra. I spend like a Colombian man now. Bruh. I be trying to tell dudes, man. They be like, Andre, how do you get a Colombian woman? Spend like a Colombian man. Stop spending like you do. I could take Andrea to nice places, not just because of the affordability, but because of who she is to me. I am not going to some of these 5-star restaurants in Colombia with no chick that's a regular Colombian chick that in her life, bruh. Do y'all not realize that some of these chicks that y'all be taking to some of these restaurants that y'all kind of like, you know, it's nothing for me. It was only $100, Dre. I got you. You do know that she might go to a spot like that. The level of chicks that y'all be getting, them bottom feeders, beautiful, but bottom feeders. She might go to a spot like that once in her lifetime, maybe twice. Maybe twice. Colombian men do. I do. T-Mac is not wrong. If Colombian men, they only make $300-400 a month, I spend like I was making $300-400 a month. All you dudes that's overspending, man, y'all doing it bass backwards, and you wonder why you can't get with the quality women, because even the average Colombian dude ain't coming out of money like that, and they beating up the same coochies that y'all trying to beat up. That's a T-Mac. That's the crazy part. These dudes will spend $100 a meal on a Colombian chick. The Colombian dude would spend $25 a meal and still beat up the same coochies that you trying to beat on. Why you think pay for play went up? The women did it? No, you messed up the price of your own pay for play. In every country where y'all put y'all feet on, man, because y'all be overspending. You ain't lying. That is so true. So true. Good point. Y'all better spend like the locals. If you in Brazil, you better start spending like Brazilian, especially since they already used to going to those spots or doing those things. If you in Brazil and you just like, let me get some drinks and we going to the beach. It ain't like the Brazilian dude chick gonna say, you know what, I can't give you the coochie because you taking me to the beach. She was raised on the beach, bruh. If you wouldn't get off the plane taking her to a beach, the local dude would have took her where? To a beach. But here you go getting off the plane and taking her to some of the best restaurants in Brazil that she would never be able to go to in a lifetime. And then you wonder why the local dudes can still get the coochie when you get back on the plane. Shout out to Anton. Anton says this. He says this. He said a lot of passport bros are financially celibate. Yep. Saving money to travel outside the U.S. where we often get better value in dating. That is so true. So true. He is not lying on that one. You say you can give. You say you can't give some of this stuff away. Absolutely correct. He said they slaved me in the U.S. He said I won't go through that again. Women. My man Will says this, and Will is down here with me and T-Mac. Will says this. He said I just don't spin on them. He said plus there are too many Colombian chicks that will give it up. Facts. That will give it up, that you don't have to pay anything. But you have to speak a little Spanish, Espanol. Yeah, they try to get over on brothers because we just getting off the planes. He said these brothers be dropping gems. Shout out to Dave. Yes, sir, man. He said the bait don't last forever. That's a good way of putting it. The bait doesn't last forever. Shout out to Elham. Let's get back to the video.
Like, that's all we know you for. That's all you do is just flex money. So I thought it would be appropriate for me to ask you for some, right? That's just like when girls will take pictures in the mirror with like everything showing or whatever. You know what I mean? Or you're doing all these crazy poses and you're wearing these certain clothes or whatever. And then you want to get upset at the attention that you're getting. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how is a girl wearing 2-piece bikinis in every one of her pictures, right? How does she think that she's going to be taken seriously? You're putting out that this is all I do. So we're going to treat you like that. Same way when the dudes be like, hey, money is all I get. We're going to treat you like that. Period. I'm sorry.
Same way when we see the bonnet babies, the boss bonnet babes. Same way when we see them, we know that, oh, yo, you're always in the house. Well, we need to put you to work. You need to be cooking and cleaning, right? Because you're going to wear a bonnet all day. That's what you're advertising, that you always in the house. So don't tell me you want to go on a girl's trip. Okay, don't tell me to take you out. No, you can come over. We can watch Netflix and chill. Okay, yeah, and get back in the kitchen. Okay, I don't smell it. You smell that? I don't smell it either. Back in the kitchen. What are you talking about? Okay, so if you want to use us for our money because we show our money, then for all you women twerking ass, showing ass, got your legs wide open, when I slide in your DM, I say, yo, what is it hitting for? You know what I'm saying? That shit wet or nah? I want to hear the appropriate response. Let me know, okay? Don't be fronting on me. If this is how y'all playing, if this is how we playing, let me know.
I just came home from date number 6 with the millionaire, and I just really need to let you guys know that I'm celibate. And he doesn't know that. A lot of men that came in my life within this year and a half does not know that I am celibate.
You see the games that they play? You guys are coming out your money. He's a millionaire. Y'all coming out y'all money. And these chicks are celibate. He said, my homeboy will be in Colombia. His friend who's married tried to shame him. And I said, hey, have a blast. Yeah, celibate. That's how I thought about it too. Celebrate a bit.
And I plan on keeping it that way. Over the years, I've noticed when you tell a guy that you're celibate, that doesn't make him want to stay. Okay? And it doesn't make him want to spend money either. I know 9 times.
So she would rather lie and let you guys think that you had a chance, knowing that she hasn't given anybody a chance in over a year.
Out of 10, they probably think that we're lying. When they start realizing that we're not lying, within the week or two, they get turned off and the money goes. So, here's some advice to the girls that celibate. That journey should be for you and you only to know. I'm a content creator, so obviously I'm spreading awareness. I do not think you guys should be going around telling men that you're celibate. Whether you're a gold digger like me or you're dating for love, I think you should keep that to yourself. Because that guy is going to constantly keep pushing and pushing, and when he doesn't get it, he's going to leave. You want them to think they're going to get it. Every time. Make them feel like they're going to get it. But they're not. I've been dating this man.
But they're not. See, these chicks be lying out of their minds. Plus the type of guys that these chicks be picking. Zeta, we looked at the list for OF. Think about it, in the United States, 1.6 billion. I mean, 2.6 billion in the United States of dudes simping for chicks like this on OnlyFans. Men are being foolish with their money. And that's why a lot of brothers say, you know what? I'd rather be celibate with my finances. I'd rather no longer be stupid. Because there are women out here like this that I will never be able to touch. No matter how much money I spend on her, she's already told me I won't be able to get it. But this is the part that gets me the most. And I understand why young men are doing financial celibacy. It'll be a dude that ain't got no money, no nothing. In her 3rd year of celibacy, he gonna get that coochie. She don't sit back and say, you know what? The dude that took me out, the millionaire that took me out last year, I'm horny and I'm gonna call him up. He paid for me for 6 months. I'm gonna go and give him the coochie. They don't do that, do they? They don't call the dude who put in the most effort to give him first dibs on the coochie after they've been celibate, right? Who gets first dibs? Who normally gets the first dibs? The millionaire? Some broke, roundaway dude with a wife beater on. Break is the first one to break her back in for the first year. That's the part that gets me. That she won't even give it to the quality dudes when she ready to even give it up. It won't be to a quality dude. So this is why men are like, you know what? So I don't have to go through this headache. Let me just go ahead and be celibate with my money. So you celibate, I'm celibate. You celibate, I'm celibate. You ain't getting nothing from me. Look like I ain't getting nothing from you. You want to go walk in the park or you don't? Well, go ahead and find you a sucker and I'll keep my money. Yep, they love them robes, man. That's how much they care about y'all in the States. They try to look their best. That's how much they care about y'all in the States. They try to look their best in the robe, in the bonnets. I couldn't even imagine me seeing my wife with a robe and a bonnet on. I couldn't imagine my wife having a robe or a bonnet on and she's being seen by people around the world. These are your queens to be, guys. Your queens to be. Too much of a headache. Seriously. This is serious.
For 1 month, he took me on 6 dates, has spent over $8,000 on me.
Yeah, this is proof why you men should be financially celibate.
Has ran errands for me, has did little favors for me. And he doesn't even know that I'm celibate. He think I'm playing hard to get. I constantly make him feel like he's gonna get it. I don't give him a specific time or a date. I just tell him, I can't wait to get you soon. And that kept him and is still keeping him chasing me. So, like I said, do not let people know that you're celibate if you're dating them. Okay? Keep your mouth shut, just like your legs.
Listen, ladies, if you're gonna practice celibacy, that big word that everybody throwing out and it's becoming like a little dumb trend, like, you know, people won't go have 4 and 5 kids and you know several sex partners. Then when it comes to the man that they want to marry or whatever, you know, where they feel like they done wore their little self out, now y'all want some man to come and just take y'all out, wine and dine y'all, you know, coach y'all, show y'all a good time. And no, you out of all people, I'm not gonna have sex with, but I done had sex with several different bums along the way, and now I'm just not gonna. That's how a man look at it. Like I know y'all thinking like, well, I'm just trying to, cause I'm just tired of giving my body to different people and it's not working out. I totally get it, females. I'm a female, but at the end of the day, when you don't keep it to yourself, like if that's what you're doing, let it be like some type of secret. Go out, be modest, you know, please dress up and not show any cleavage, no butt, no thighs, no legs, no nothing.
She say don't show no cleavage. Bless her heart. Boy, you some of these southern accents, man. She didn't say cleavage. She said cleavage, like Cleveland and Cleveland. And don't show no cleavage. Let me bring that back for you guys. Go out, don't show no cleavage. Shout out to her. Bless her heart.
And no, you out of all people, I'm not gonna have sex with, but I done had sex with several different bums along the way, and now I'm just not gonna. That's how a man look at it. Like I know y'all thinking like, well, I'm just trying to, cause I'm just tired of giving my body to different people and it's not working out. I totally get it, females. I'm a female, but at the end of the day, when you don't keep it to yourself, like if that's what you're doing, let it be like some type of secret. Go out, be modest, you know, please dress up and not show any cleavage, no butt, no thighs, no legs, no nothing. Like, you know, just don't have a man turned on by
Yeah, that is that New Orleans accent. I'm just waiting for her to say "woody."
anything on your body. Like, make sure you're not sexually appealing or anything, but you can't practice this celibacy stuff and then half naked on dates and then want to go chill and be cuddling and all that. How you think that's gonna work? You're making this man loins hot and then you laying around there talking about, oh, I'm not having sex until marriage. A man don't hear none of that. You know what they hear? Like, you done gave it up to everybody else but not me. Bitch, you ain't about to knock my self-esteem. I'm out of here. Like, go to the next simp that's gonna lay around and take you out and do this and do that for you, and you won't have sex with them. I'm not simping with you. That's how a man look at it. So females, stop going around with this trend and then wearing jewelry and wearing earrings and rings and necklaces talking about you celibate, and men look at that and just no, don't talk to her, she's celibate and whatever. You know, it's just stop. This new celibacy trend is really crazy. If it's something that you're gonna do, baby, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Like, just be quiet about it. Just do it. Let it be what you do and let it be what it is. But I don't knock Don't think you're gonna knock a man down with that celibacy rule and you think he gonna stick around, because anything a man do for you is really to the end of that. If they open the doors, am I gonna get some cat? If they pull your child, am I gonna get some cat? If they call you throughout the day checking on you, am I gonna get some cat? You know, if they text you, am I gonna get some cat? Like, everything a man think about at the end of their thoughts is, am I gonna smash? And if they know you celibate, they know they ain't no into that. So what that means, I'm not putting in no effort for no woman to have 6 kids and now she don't want me to hit. I'm out of this shit. It's really the way it is.
So I've been getting this question a lot. A lot of girls like, how do you get a man to spend money on you when you're celibate? And the truth is, you guys are just overcomplicating it. Like, you're making it too hard. Like there's a secret or some type of secret sauce. But the truth really is in just be nice to them. Yeah, it is seduction. Yeah, it is manipulation. But it really is just also being nice, and not like pick me nice or desperate nice or bending over backwards nice. It's power aware nice. So you understand that a woman, a nice woman with boundaries, is just a mirror. She's a mirror that reflects a man's need to feel admired, needed, and relevant. So things like checking on him, asking him how his day was, stroking his ego just enough that he's full, feeding him the same lies that Daquan fed you when you let him come and trick you into believing that he really loved you, but he was just homeless. You do that because you understand the game, not because you want him. Mirror exactly what it.
So she literally just said the same lies that Daquan used to play on you to get the coochie. Now you use that same type of game on getting men to spend money on you when you're celibate. Use the game that got ran on you.
It is that they're asking for. Become the illusion he thinks he's created. Act delusional, but you don't have to be delusional. You hold the power that he's essentially never gonna access, because a man isn't paying to sleep with you. He's paying because of how you make him feel. You make him feel like a man. And by making a man feel like a man, you don't do that with your body. You do that with the mind. You conform into what it is that he is so desperately desiring. So you see the potential in him. Don't fall for it. Play with it. Don't chase the promise. Collect the outcome. And when you master this, when you become kind without being weak, and sweet without being soft, and delusional without being dumb, you will never have to give a man your body for him to give you the world.
Bitches be, oh, I'm celibate, I'm saving my body till marriage. Bitch, I'm financially celibate then. Saving my pockets till marriage, ho. How about that?
Look, I just want to know. I know your bitches ain't celibate, so who's selling it? Which one y'all selling it? You heard? Let me know y'all selling it.
I'm gonna tell y'all something for real, and I wish I would have did some clips on it. This video here, this part right here, this dude got so many chicks that reached out to him in the comment section. It was crazy how I'm talking about in the thousands. The amount of chicks that was reaching out to him in the comment section. He say, Drake, can you make a cheer sound once you find a video of a woman that that don't have a nose ring, a bonnet, or seriously, I'll do that. Good idea.
Because I know you're selling it. You ain't celibate. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
So I came across this. Check it out. Getting ready to go to his house after lying about being celibate. I'm going to tell you guys something. This whole celibacy journey thing is a lie. It's a scam. It's a scam. It's a scam. Do not believe any of it. And I'm going to tell ladies who are celibate something. I'm financially celibate. I'm on my financial celibacy journey. So your body, your choice. My finances, my money, my choice. Don't come over my house at 2 a.m. talking about you ready to cuddle, like Drizzy says. Don't even come over. Because if you ain't giving up no cheeks, you don't need to be over here. You stay where you are, I'll stay wherever I am. I'm telling you guys right now, when you run into a woman who's talking about all of this celibacy stuff, there's 1 or 2 things going on. Number 1, the man that she wants doesn't want her. Number 2, she's playing you to try to get money from you. Or number 3, actually there's 3. That thing that got beat up so bad, it needs to get set on the sideline for a second and take a break, take a rest. Like I say, the celibacy situation, when they talk about it, it is a money hit. It is a game. Don't even deal with them. Just let them be. Be like, yeah, baby, I can understand your celibacy journey because I'm on my financial celibacy journey. That means we can go to free dates, but that's all we can do. If you want to pay, you can pay, but you don't have to. We can go and do something free.
So a new study shows millennial men are not as interested as going out as the women. Yeah, that study was not needed because we already know that. We already know that. Most men have checked out the game completely. The game used to be fun. It used to be rewarding. There used to be benefits to the game. Now there isn't. Most men prefer to go to work, after work, hit the gym, go home, shower, throw on your PJs, eat some food, and get on the game, whether that be the PlayStation, Xbox. And it's just way more peaceful. And of course, I went to the comment section of that post, and there was a bunch of women in there saying that the men were broke because they didn't want to go out and spend their money on them. I want you to let that sit in. The women that don't have money are calling the men broke because the men don't want to go out and spend their money on people they don't know. Listen, before buying a woman a drink was a great way to spark up a conversation. Now they want you to buy them the drink and walk away and not say anything to them. They just expect shit for free. And it doesn't work like that. These days, more managers focus on their financial and mental health over everything else because all that other shit is a waste of time.
It's funny because men have checked out. I agree with this completely. That study is true. You know, dating nowadays, it's so diabolical. Like, when he talked about the fact that women want you to buy them a drink and just walk away, this is true. Women feel that entitled. It's impressive that women have got to the point now where they are competing for high levels of insufferability. Like, let me get this straight. You want me to spend my hard-earned money so you can have a good time and then leave you alone? How does that make sense? How does any of this make sense? This is what I mean. Women are so used to betas. They're so used to men worshiping the ground they walk on that they want everyone to be like that. No, we're not going to all be like that because guess what? You don't even treat those men good. It's be one thing if those men got the best treatment for women, but they get the worst. Those women cheat on them. Those women take the same money that they give them and spend it on other men. This is exactly what they do. So why would I want to follow in the footsteps of the worst men that you deal with? It makes no sense. Honestly, in this day and age, I honestly believe this. If you're dating one girl, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong for many reasons. And let me tell you, even women would agree with this. Women like guys that are not thirsty, okay? How do you not be thirsty? Have multiple women, right? You can't be exclusive with any of them because if you're exclusive with any of them, like if you're in a long-term relationship with them, that mean you'll be cheating. But the way to avoid cheating, get through cheating, get past cheating, it's not to date anyone seriously. Just be a serial dater. You're dating multiple people at the same time. Now, the idea for this, you're just going to let them compete for your attention and may the best girl win. Okay, but guys, we got to keep our bank account celibate. We got to keep our long-term commitment celibate. We got to keep our energy celibate. Don't spend time with women that are not worth it. Your attention is valuable, and a lot of women do not deserve it.
I like how he said that with the celibacy, with our attention. The number one thing that women want other than money is your attention. I'll say that again. The number one thing that most women want is not your sex. That's on the list, but not number one. Number one is your finances. Number two is your attention. And a lot of guys do need to start being celibate with the type of women that we give our attention to. There are so many guys that will be alive right now. They wouldn't have gotten drugged. They wouldn't have gotten robbed. My white brothers, you wouldn't have went to Asia and got scammed if there was a type of woman that could not, no matter what she did, get your attention. I have been, if you ever wonder why or how I was able to meet, and some of you guys were able to meet the quality women that you've met, because you were attention celibate. I've always been attention celibate. Not everybody can get the intimacy once I hit a certain stage in my life. Not every woman can get my attention. Some dudes be like, I remember I was on a panel with a brother, cool brother out of Chicago. And he was like, man, I don't care where we go, man. Listen, I'm hitting stateside women. If I'm in another country, I'm hitting foreign women. Everybody gonna get it. I say, nah, bro, I don't give every woman my attention. Man, you crazy. I say, so be it. I say, my attention is just as important as my money to me. Just like money, a person will try to rob me of my money and delete me for my money. If I get with the wrong person, they will try to hurt me because I gave them attention. I paid attention to that person. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in a hospital because I got drugged because I paid attention to the wrong type of women that other dudes don't. So I learned early in my travels, I kid you not, every group, I didn't say type, every type or group of women can't get my attention. They can't. Women that other dudes will pay attention to, I'm oblivious to them and they are oblivious to me. If you put me in a room full of the baddest Venezuelan chicks and the baddest Brazilian chicks, and if I see that there are certain qualities that doesn't gel with my standards, I ain't hitting none of them. If I was single, and I'm telling y'all the truth, ain't none of them getting the sex because ain't none of them get my attention. They ain't gonna get my money because they don't get my attention. They don't get my sex because they don't get my attention. They don't get my time because they don't get my attention. They don't get to tell me the truth, but they don't get a chance to tell me a lie. They don't get a chance to help me, but they don't get a chance to con me. They don't get a chance to seduce me, but they don't get a chance to be friends with me. Why? I don't pay them no attention. And when you travel, you cannot, and I'm saying this to some of you guys, and you wonder why stuff go left for some of us. Because we pay attention to some of the wrong women, and then we ignore the right women. And so we're oblivious to the right women. All the women in Colombia are bad. All the women in Brazil are bad. All the women in Thailand are bad. Because those are the women that you pay attention to, not the rest of us. Not the rest of us. So he's right. You have to have a form of celibacy when it comes to who you pay attention to and who you won't. He said these women talking about celibacy when that box has had more action than spirit. Facts. For real. Man, you got females coochie, you can smash them with Thor's hammer. You gotta smash that coochie with the hammer of Thor. You can't just get them regular sex. You got to come like this. And please, your attention, yep, your attention, unless it's worth a damn, is a door fee. Absolutely correct. Just like getting to a club. Quiet Storm says this. He said, I think attention is extremely high on the list. Absolutely correct. He said, if you don't give them attention, there is no conflicts. I've never seen a man drugged by a woman that he didn't pay attention to. I've never seen a guy get hustled by a woman that he did not give attention to her. All these dudes that got all these horror stories, every one of them have one thing in common. I kid you not. All these dudes is like, man, I had this Thai chick and I fell in love with her, and come to find out she had 5 boyfriends, and I was going back to Russia and I was making all this money and I was sending her money. Now my bank accounts are empty, or I'm in France and I'm working extra jobs and I'm sending money to my woman in the Philippines, and the more money I make, the more she want me to send. White boy, got news for you. If you hadn't paid her attention, you wouldn't be going through that. You wouldn't be going through that, white boy, just because of one simple thing, one simple concept. Stop paying attention to the wrong women. Stop paying attention to the wrong women. Dave said that these women are talking celibacy when the box has had more action than Spirit Airline. He's 100% correct. Zeta says, even my attention is celibate nowadays. He say, these women are more of a distraction and a liability than the asset. Time is money. Absolutely correct.
Want to take it for free. They're parasites and they're just going to drain you. Makes no sense. Anyway, this guy's starting his financial celibacy journey. Take a look.
Today is the day I begin my journey on financial celibacy. What do you mean by that, Cliff? I ain't spending shit. I ain't doing shit. I ain't got it. You need something done. I ain't doing it. You need some motherfucking nails. I ain't feeding nobody's kids. I ain't doing none of that shit at all. I think the whole time I was dating, I was indirectly leading with money. And I ain't doing that shit no more. From now on, I'm a broke ass nigga. I ain't got a stink. Whatever you need, you want something to eat, we pitting the oodle and that noodle. Cause it's not worth it. I found myself in a situation where as though so many motherfuckers with their hands out. But who's here for you? Me in particular. Not a motherfucking soul. So, here's to my journey.
Good luck on your journey, brother. I recommend it. And it's funny because this video is from 2024 too, December of 2024. It looks like this trend is finally fully taking it off, right? And I'm going to keep on top of it so you guys can see all the latest and greatest videos coming out about it. I want to hear more men talk about this. Would you start your financial celibacy journey today? Would you start keeping your long-term commitment legs closed? Will you start keeping your wallet closed? And like I said, if a girl's really for you, she won't make you spend the money. She won't make you spend a dime. You don't have a lot of girls that are worth being with are the ones that just love to be around you. Yeah, I personally like girls that are homebodies, right? Because most of the time I'm out grinding, doing what I need to do. You know, I don't mind taking those girls out, but for the most of the time, yo, just come over, let's chill. Let's hang out. Why do we need to be making another person rich? Why do we even need to be at somebody's bar getting drunk, then try to take an Uber home? And by the way, I don't even drink, but for you guys that drink, you know, you got to constantly risk, you know what I'm saying, penitentiary chances just to go out and have fun. It doesn't make any sense, right? If anything, buy a bottle and chill in your crib, right? Get some smoke in your crib, right? Like the value of it's way higher, but now women are setting the standards to where you gotta go above and beyond for mediocre or below average punani. Like these girls are not even the most attractive women you've ever seen. They need surgeries, they need lots of makeup, they need filters. I mean, these are not impressive women. The group of women that we're dealing with nowadays, bro, are uninspiring. For real, like I could never be a man who uses a woman as a muse in 2025 because there's like no muses left. There's zero. Right? And so, to me personally, financial celibacy makes a lot of sense.
China's simp economy collapses. No men paying. 3 girls mocked for not being able to pay $30. They couldn't find a simp to cover their tab, and now they've gone viral. Let's check it out.
China's economic downturn has not only hit businesses, but it's also reshaping social relationships. A recent incident in Liaoning reflects how these changes are playing out in daily life. 3 young women went out for a barbecue late at night. Throughout the meal, they kept calling male friends, asking them to join for drinks. Unfortunately, none of the men agreed to the invitation, and no one showed up.
Beautiful.
When it was time to pay, the restaurant owner discovered that the 3 women couldn't cover a bill of just over 200 yuan. So what?
I ran a bar myself. They said they had no money.
Wow.
You're bullying young girls.
Who's bullying you? You drank 5 or 6 bottles of beer, ate your fill, and now can't pay 200 yuan? People are laughing. It's embarrassing.
In the video, a woman squatted on the ground, arguing with the owner while frantically messaging friends for help. The restaurant posted the footage online, which quickly sparked a heated debate.
Now, guys, I know for some of you, because you haven't seen my last videos, and I think it's a small percentage because those videos took off. I don't know if, I just know for a lot of you, it would be very hard to accept that the chicks in China are worse than the modern women we deal with here in the USA. I mean, these guys are in a really bad situation. Yes, they deal with the exact same things. On top of that, there's a expectation of dowries that need to be paid, home ownership. If you guys haven't seen my last videos that I reacted to of the amount of leftover women that are there, just simply because their expectations and standards are way, way past delusional, head over and check out those videos. And so when it comes to marriage and dating, men in China are way more put off to the women and are actually looking at foreign women as potential options now. And they're way more put off and actually more misogynistic, right, than men here in the States. Let's keep watching.
Viewers mocked the women, suggesting that they had planned to find someone to pay for them. Some praised the absent men for refusing, believing that they had likely been taken advantage of before. Others pointed out a wider trend. When women invite men out, especially at the last minute, the expectation is often that the man will cover the bill.
Right.
This incident highlights the collapse of what some have called the SIMP economy, referring to men who spend money, time, and effort on women without receiving genuine affection in return. With the economic slowdown, more men are refusing to play this role, leaving women who relied on such behavior caught off guard. One striking example involved a woman who tried to take advantage of a blind date. On her first meeting, she ordered nearly 30,000 yuan worth of seafood. Halfway through the meal, the man excused himself to take a phone call, but he never returned. This incident highlights the collapse of what some have called the SIMP economy.
The SIMP economy collapsing. Yikes.
Referring to men who spend money, time, and effort on women without receiving genuine affection in return.
They commented, "You say average men are scary, but aren't average women just as frightening? Demanding a house, a car, and a dowry, 580,000 yuan alone would take us half a lifetime to save. Forget marriage, just bury us already." The collapse of the SIMP economy has made it impossible for gold.
So, did the drizzle movement move all the way to China? Drizzle, bitches.
Gold diggers to control Simp's wallet. For single women, the dream of marrying a rich and handsome Prince Charming seems even more out of reach. Thus, on 520 day, a phenomenon emerged on one side, gold diggers getting nothing, and the other side, older single women lamenting, "No man pays attention to me." The so-called SIMP economy is a popular term that has emerged on the internet in mainland China in recent years. In the SIMP economy, SIMP describes those
We have it here in the US. OnlyFans, the SIMP economy is huge.
Who are excessively attentive and overly adoring of the opposite sex. And the main point is, despite their continuous dedication and attentiveness, they may not necessarily win the favor of the other person. The consumption generated by these simps in their efforts to please is collectively referred to as the SIMP economy. It must be said that Chinese capitalists have made a fortune off the SIMP economy. And those who are vain and willing to use their bodies and look to exchange for gifts and money, treating love as a business, are the gold diggers who rely most on the SIMP economy. They need men to buy for them.
Ladies, if a man says he's financially celibate, how would you take that? Because to me, off rip, it sounds funny, but the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. Because we all know in the dating world, a woman bases her worth for a man on how much he may really like her based off of sexual attraction. And a woman might go out with a guy and be like, you know what? I wonder if this guy really likes me, or does he just want to sleep with me? So she's not going to sleep with him at first, so she could try to gauge whether or not he really likes her or not. A man, his value is based off of his financial situation. So he could be like, you know what? Does this woman really like me? Is she jacking, or does she only like me for my money? Or is she only trying to go out on dates because she knows she's going to get a free dinner or drinks or whatever, but it's not going to go anywhere past that. So until I can figure that out, I'm financially celibate. But imagine that though. You're on like your third date and the man's like, yo, you know what? This is going really well. You're cool. I like you. But, you know, I'm still a little bit uncomfortable. I'm still trying to figure out where this might go. So until then, I pay my half of the meal. You pay yours. Like, that does sound wild, but it does make sense. And again, just so we're clear, I don't condone this. I think if a man asks a woman out, he should be paying the bill. But as far as understanding, it does sound funny, but there is some truth to it, and it does hold a little bit of water. But what do y'all think? You feel me?
What's one advice you got for young men in today's society?
Be celibate.
Literally though, like one of the biggest distractions that young men have is women. If you can learn to discipline yourself in that area, I know it's not a popular opinion, right? But if you can learn to discipline yourself in that area for at least a year, you will have no problem building a business.
Damn, y'all heard that. Stay celibate.
Are you celibate? Listen, when you calm down, you can focus. All right, it's been good.
Say that again, 50. Just look at how much 50 has accomplished. 50 say, when you calm down, you can focus.
That's been good to me. It's when things start getting complicated. Things start getting confusing because people come in for different reasons. And then if you like go on a date, but you have no interest in anything, you can I can see you now. I said, goddamn, girl, you fine, but you ain't got nothing going on.
Oh, but so the intoxication of a romantic desire clouds your ability to perceive
Absolutely,
the person.
Dusty.
Wow.
Most men.
Right. Yeah.
Most of them.
Smash man, yeah. Have you been married, my ass?
He said most men, not me. Most men.
Hey, have you been married in the past?
I'm safe. I'm not a happy hostage.
You've never been married?
No.
Never been married?
I'm here, man. I'm free.
Wow. Free.
I made some mistakes, just not that one.
Good call, 50. I've made some mistakes. Just not that one in the West. Absolutely correct. So, shout out to my brother Kirby in the building. He said, good evening, Andre and gentlemen. He said, travel safely, gentlemen. He said, travel safely, watch yourself. He said, I'm hearing about the new credit card scams. Before we go, give us a little bit more insight on the new credit card scams, if you don't mind, my brother. Type in something that you guys may have heard that I haven't heard, but while you guys are putting in the information about the credit card scam, I just want to say in closing, shout out to all you guys that are supported by way of PayPal, Cash App, Super Chats. Thank you that the Cash Apps and the PayPal is going toward the Children's Cancer Foundation for our 4th year in a row during the month of December. Shout out to you guys who are financially celibate with your money, as well as your attention, your time, your energy. Not everybody can get it. And I mean that not everybody should be able to, not every woman should have access to your time, your money, your energy. They just shouldn't. I know many of us think, yeah, I'm just having fun. I'm just enjoying life. But there's a day where we all going to pay if we keep on playing with our attention and with our money. So I agree with me, and I'm going to like the one brother said, I'm going to keep on periodically putting up videos in regards to men and the value of financial celibacy, because I truly understand what men are going through, even though a lot of women may not understand it. So shout out to all you guys that have been here. He said this title is hilarious. Wish you guys were here before, but we're about to shut it down. Sir Him. We're about to shut it down. I'll be seeing you guys on Wednesday. I'll be seeing you guys on Wednesday with another live stream. Let's get ready to do some outro videos. Yes, sir.